16 over the phone from jail. That shit is the absolute worst. Because it was nigga call in his hot 16, and then they put that shit on the album, bruh. Dog, that is the worst.
Complete with the what is it? The collect call from Pookie's Worth. I don't know the names of prisons, because I'm black and I'm trying to stay away from there. So why do I need to know?
Yeah, they did that shit. 3-6 Mafia did that shit with Project Pat. And they put the you have a collect call from Pat at the beginning of the song.
Were they expecting the call? Like, are they just like constantly recording phone calls? What is happening here? Did the FBI like say, yo, we tapped your phone. We felt like, yo, he was spitting a hot fire. Here you go. He blessed the track. Go for it. Like, how do you record at the beginning of you got a collect call from? How do you know? Do you schedule it? Are you putting it on the prisoner's books to look? All right, at 5:15 we got the conference call with the 3-6 Mafia for your hot 16. Don't forget, you gotta stab a motherfucker to get the. It bees like that, but you gotta be there 5:15. It's the only time they got.
Yep. Oh shit! Is
now the grand reveal.
Whenever this fucking camera turns on. Discord does not like my camera, bro.
I was having an issue earlier last week when I launched like the Epic Store. The camera broke in Discord. I don't even know how that works. How am I supposed to stream if my camera's not going to work? This is ridiculous. But then it's like, I don't know. This may be a Discord problem. So before I joined the call, I rebooted my computer anyway. Because I haven't rebooted it since then.
I'm going to unplug and replug in my camera. See how that works.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually got where I don't even have my camera linked in OBS at all. Because I got tired of like booting up OBS and being like, oh, fuck. I forgot OBS now has authority over my camera that won't work in Discord. So I just like, cause how I do it on here, I just capture the Discord pop-out screen and it works a lot better. So I don't even have my camera at all in Discord because it would just like be like, I got that shit. You ain't gonna put that nowhere else but OBS.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that and then use a OBS virtual camera and you can use it anywhere else.
I've tried that. It didn't seem to work for me. But I could look into that more.
Bro, this shit's stupid. My camera will not turn on.
Yeah, I avoided this shit a long time ago. I was like, I'm just going to use NDI.
I have no idea what's happening right now.
You're two spinning squares, and that's okay. We like two spinning squares. We don't judge.
I'm just getting dizzy.
It's kind of cool because they're kind of going in a circle, but the circles are kind of moving in a square.
Yeah, it is weird.
Actually, I would not define it as a circle at all. Then, like that just looks like
a square.
Just a square.
But they're circling around each other. The two squares are circling around each other.
So you wouldn't say they're squaring around each other?
I would say
but
orbiting.
That just sounds weird. That sounds weird.
Like, orbiting?
But you usually think of orbiting in a circular motion.
Or at least a elliptical or ellipse. It's not.
That's kind of circular.
Yeah.
If you limit it to only just astrophysics, sure, it's a circle. But if we're gonna break out of the bounds of astrophysics and say, hey, this is just orbiting.
But that would make it spherical, which is basically.
Would it though? I mean, again, if you're limiting how your mind reacts to the word orbit.
But if you
if you expand your mind, you open your third eye. The orbit can be anything.
I don't smoke enough weed for that.
Neither do I. I'm sober as shit, my guy.
You know, it kind of reminds me of the old PS2 intro a little bit of that vibe going on it.
Yeah, this shit is just not working. I don't know.
I love how we like just spent like at least 3 minutes talking about the squares.
I mean, they're interesting. It's like the DVD square, and when it just bounce up and on the screen and shit.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen one of those go into in a corner?
I have. Glorious.
Damn, it's special. I've never seen it. I think they fake. Like in the office, it technically did it, but when I looked at it, it did not hit the corner. It was like they kind of faked it.
I thought we were about to get some leeway there.
No, I turned it off and then turned it back on. This shit is just not working. And
Have you tried another USB port?
That's what I'm about to do right now.
Maybe you have overloaded your bus. This is what I'm here for. I'm just here for the technical support. This is just all this call is going to be. It's just me providing technical support, and it's fine. It's okay. I mean, it's not like I got 100 other emails I don't have to answer because I chose not to answer my email during vacation.
Did you turn it off and on yet?
I did. It's still not doing anything. I might have
But did you wait 30 seconds before you plugged it back in?
I did not. Who does that?
Yeah, I like count to 5.
Right?
I got things to do.
Yeah, when I used to do tech support for Gateway, that was pretty much like, okay, wait 30 seconds, and then we just sit there and just.
I would say that is a name I've not heard in a long time, but they are actually still selling computers to this day.
Yeah, but they got bought out by ASUS, right?
I don't know.
I think ASUS bought them not too long after they closed.
Who bought Gateway?
Yeah, ASUS did.
Well, maybe go to voice and video in your Discord settings and change it around a little.
I did that already twice.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yes.
I think I'm just gonna try a different USB port.
You did it already, but you haven't done it while we were on.
No, I'm gonna try not to put it into another port on the splitter that I have.
Or you can upload a picture of yourself to Discord to where you actually have a profile picture where we can see something other than the little dude. I wonder if they ever named their little logo.
Isn't it Wumpus?
What do I want you to see my dude?
In 2007, Gateway was acquired by Taiwan-based Acer Incorporated.
Oh, Acer, not ASUS.
That was not meant as a correction. I really thought you did say Acer. I thought I was confirming.
Yeah, I thought it was ASUS, but I knew it was one of those.
My bad. Let's see.
Uh,
Gateway computers to make a return at Walmart. All right. Well, that was back in no, that's 2020. I thought that was 2010. Gee, this was recent. Did the computer market get that
Acer,
bad where they had to bring Gateway back?
Acer has like buying company money.
I mean, I've got an Acer monitor here.
I think we all have one somewhere.
Like I've got this Acer gaming monitor here. I forget what is it. What's this board? Is this board Asus or Acer?
It's still not doing anything. I plugged it into a different thing. This blows.
It's all good, man.
We're gonna have to just go.
Yeah. I mean, I've been live when you said, "Hey, let's go live," and so all this little conversation kind of put on there.
Fantastic. This is gold, Jerry. Gold. Fidgeting with my flash drive here. It's all great.
This is weird. Okay, you start the show. I'm still fucking with this. You start the show. I believe in you, Chase.
You believe in me?
We all believe in you. The whole internet, the collective, is like the spirit bomb.
The whole internet believes in me.
Lynn, chase your energy.
The spirit bomb is kind of like
Dude, internet energy is something you don't really want.
You right. You right. Oh, what
but,
have I done?
But yeah, this is Scarcasm. We are back.
To us all.
Spirit bomb is dumb as fuck, though, right? Like, the idea that it takes so long to fucking charge the thing. Meanwhile, your opponent is just standing there waiting for you. It's like, I could just, fucking shoot a beam through your fucking eyeball right now. It's kind of like the whole thing with the Power Rangers. Like, okay, if I figure out who the Power Rangers are, I'm gonna kill you before you morph, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's go ahead and not give you time to call out your fucking animal or whatever the fuck.
It's like
when I was watching, they were all still animals, but they went into some different shit after the animals, but like it's like, yo, if I could just, how about that? Well, okay, no, I can't really say that because that might get me in trouble. But
but maybe it doesn't take as long as the show makes it seem like it does.
That's possible, but the idea that like I'm not going to give you a chance.
The Spirit Bomb's links was all time restraints that they were trying to like lengthen the show for because they didn't have enough content.
Well, okay, we know the logical reason as to why the Spirit Bomb exists. It's the story reason as to why it exists.
Well, I mean, I need something that shoots fast, like in Destiny, like people getting good at those fusion rifles and stuff, and people that are good at them, it's like good. But I need something that doesn't need to charge, and because I ain't got the twitch reflexes to time my shit like these fucking tryhards do. You know what I mean? So I can't. I'd be dead already if I had a spirit bomb.
In Power Rangers, the transformations were to separate the visual component from what they recorded and what was on the actual Japanese show. Yeah, so they did all of that to separate the Japanese shit from our shit. Because basically all of the stuff once they're in the suits is all the Japanese shit. That's the reason why you never see them actually talk. It's just like they just start moving. And like I'm doing the movements, but of course no one can fucking see me. So when they're talking,
that had to have been super fucking convenient, right? Because like the Japanese shit already had them in the like in the helmets with the match, you couldn't see the mouths move.
Right.
So it's like, I was just convinced that what if we we can't see their mouths move, so we can totally pass this off as American. Just go for it.
I mean, it's the same thing that they did for Voltron, right? Where they was just like, we're just gonna dub this bitch.
I mean, well, then that's just every anime at that point.
Yeah, but like that's when we got Voltron, like that's basically what they did. It was like, oh yeah, we just gonna take this shit from over here. We gonna just put some people on top of it, dub that bitch.
And that's why I actually don't mind dubs when it comes to anime because they're a character, they've been drawn, so they could sound like anything. But when it comes to like an actual like foreign movie, I've got to watch it big. For one, anime moves so fast, so it's hard to keep up with reading all the shit because it's just like rapid fire. You know what I mean? But like if you just watch a French movie or something, it's like slower. It's like a regular movie. But then I know that person's and that is an actual person. And that's not their real voice because you can just tell. You're like, that's not their voice. But
wait, are you telling me you actually watch French movies? I just thought that was the thing that pretentious dudes who look like you but are not you.
Well, I mean, I don't
because you look more like Cave Mountain Man, but I'm thinking more like hipsters with the same long ass beard and long hair.
Well, I mean, I definitely have a couple of French movies. The one of the main ones is a horror movie called High Tension, which is one of the most goriest fucking movies ever. I have to watch it.
No, thank you. You can keep that.
He likes doing horror movies.
And I do like a movie called Delicatessen, which is fantastic. It's about a deli and it's more of a black comedy, I guess, because they're like it's weird. It's sort of like offbeat, but then you find out that they're selling like human meat because it's like post-apocalyptic apparently. But
I hate that I've went down this road now. I regret all of this. I take it all back. I wish I can get that time back.
So they made Soylent Green.
Sure. Haven't you found it weird that there's an actual company called Soylent now?
Yes. And there's also a company, and I don't know what kind of company it is, but they definitely have a logo that looks pretty much like the Umbrella Corporation. The logo is almost exactly the same as the Umbrella Corporation.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen that too.
Mike, you need to get a little bit closer to your mic.
I am still troubleshooting, sir.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, so it's just back here like this, just shouting. And while he's plugging in the things into the computer, make it work, just banging on the pipes and the plumbing, just getting it all to work. That's all that is.
I have no idea why this shit is not working.
You got a plumber's crack?
No. My pants are pulled all the way up.
Cool.
All the way up.
Oh, great. Now the song's in my head. Thanks, dog.
You're welcome.
Did you ever hear about that song?
No.
Okay, so this guy, right? Some guy sued Fat Joe, right? Because All the Way Up was his song. The song was made, and so he wanted Fat Joe to be on the song. So he approached Fat Joe about being on his song, and so Fat Joe was like, "Yo, we should invite some more people on the song." So Fat Joe got Remy on the song, got to sing the hook, re-sing the hook or whatever like that. And they realized they had a banger, with the exception of his part. So what they did, what Fat Joe did, right, was basically brought him in and said, like, we're gonna release the song and we're going to give you credit for it, but we're going to take your verse off of the song. We're going to pay you for it. For right now, I'm going to give you $5,000 cash for your song.
Yeah.
And then, there'll be more money to come later. But I need you to sign this contract. So, Fat Joe took him out to eat. He signed the contract. He gave him $5,000 cash. And then when the song blew up, he sued Fat Joe. And they threw the fucking shit out because Fat Joe had the contract that dude signed. It was like, you do realize the contract that you signed, you relinquished all of your rights to the song, right?
Hate to see it.
And you got paid for it, right?
At a Miami IHOP. Oh, that's the worst place. That's the worst place. If you want, don't do anything in IHOP. Just don't do anything in IHOP, because that when things like this happen and you get articles, like you get sites like Billboard covering it, it's like, yep, you signed away at a IHOP over Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. You signed away probably the biggest bop of all time in a fucking IHOP. You fucking herb.
He signed away his rights to that song over 5 G's. And do you know, if he would have said, "Nah, dog, I want points off my shit," you know how much money he probably could have gotten?
Hope them pancakes were worth it,
right? Yeah, I guess this shit is just not gonna work.
I was actually hoping that they would cover like what he ate at the IHOP, because that's more interesting than this $5,000 contract right now.
Correct.
Well,
what did you eat?
I like
the
headcanon that it was a Rudy Tooty.
All right, cool. Then we can go with that. you lost out on millions of dollars over $5,000 and a Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
Right.
Unlimited. Because Fat Joe was paying.
Yep.
It was like, we don't do that. We don't offer unlimited pancakes on the specialty pay. You will do it for Fat Joe. Look, I run this town. No, sir, you're from New York. You are not Pitbull. I don't care. I run this town.
Well, he moved to Miami a long time ago.
Oh, I don't know. I don't keep up with rappers.
Yeah, he moved to Miami a long time ago, the same way that Lil Wayne did. Lil Wayne moved to Miami around the time of Katrina. So that's Miami is pretty much his permanent residence. I mean, he has other houses elsewhere. But yeah.
Like Aspen.
I wouldn't. I mean, these niggas fuck white chicks too.
Hey, Fly Havana. Well, it sucks, man. When you Google Fly Havana, he's the top result, but then I get Havana Air and American Airlines as listings, Southwest Airlines,
and now you're probably going to get a bunch of ads for hey, you going to fly? You want to fly?
I mean, eventually I want to go to Cuba. Eventually, but yeah.
And people who have gone to Cuba say Cuba's a dope place. But like,
from what I've seen, it looks cool, but yeah, I mean, just.
But those are all famous people that have a level of access that I'm not gonna have.
Yeah.
So do you end up going to good Jamaica or stabbing Jamaica because of your price range? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that a please for the life of God stay on the resort situation?
Right. Yeah. That's what they say about Jamaica. It's like, yo, stay at the resort area and everywhere that's close by the resort area. Don't go too far for you get stabbed up by a motherfucker in a mesh shirt. A mesh shirt and driving gloves for some reason.
See, I imagine Cuba is all of that though, because they just only recently opened the borders to Cuba. It's not like we've been giving them anything since the 70s, if that. Right. So
I heard that if you collect classic cars, like really old cars and stuff like that, and like you can't find parts and all of that kind of shit, get somebody from Cuba to fix your shit because they got cut off from imports for so long that they just got really good at fixing old cars and shit like that. So you got cars from like the 50s that run like a fucking dream right now because they had no choice but to make this bitch work.
Mm-hmm. What's fucked up though about that is Overwatch, when they made the Havana map, instead of like putting Havana in the future, it's like, yeah, it's in the future, but those old cars that they got, they never got rid of them. They just put them on just like little hover pads, and now they just hover pad 1950s Chevrolets. Like, what are we doing? Like, we opened the borders. I imagine in Overwatch time, we've opened up trade with Havana. Why can't they have modern cars too?
I never even thought about that, but that's so true.
Like, why? Why did we do this? This is not a good look.
But it's been a minute since I played Overwatch.
I don't remember ever playing Overwatch. I know that I probably have, but I can't remember actually playing it.
Yeah, I think you played it when we did the Halloween stuff. Maybe.
Like maybe during a free weekend, possibly.
Yeah. I think maybe it was. Yeah, it could have been something like that, like a free weekend type thing. But yeah, I don't. If I played it during a situation like that, I don't remember it at all.
I mean, it's not. Would argue that it's only memorable if you're having like an amazing time with it. And you get like this, oh man, that was a dope play. I did this cool thing. But yeah, I mean, it's a multiplayer game, so I doubt many memories would form if you do not play it that often.
Well, I bet Overwatch 2 is going to be on game.
Oh damn. I forgot about that. And that pleases me so much.
I'm
Today
just
is a
wa-
good
I'm,
day.
I'm just
Today
waiting.
is a good day now.
I'm just waiting for all the Call of Duties to go on Game Pass and be like, you know what? Now I'm gonna play Call of Duty 4 remastered.
Yeah, I've got Vanguard here. I had no intentions of owning that game, but it came with my Xbox, and it's like, okay, now what do I do with this? I have no intention on playing this game, but I have it now, and it's like, okay.
I always forget that one come out. It still seems like the last one is the new one, Cold War or whatever. I always forget about Vanguard.
Yeah, Call of Duty's kind of been in a slump. I mean, they've already put out the news that after the Modern Warfare reboot sequel, they're taking a break for a year. So it would be nice to kind of see what they do when they take a break, because obviously Assassin's Creed kind of got good again after a year break.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right, and then they can also, from a marketing standpoint, just be like, Call of Duty's, to treat Call of Duty like the McRib, you know what I mean? Like,
Call of Duty's back, baby, and better than ever. With a whole new guitar riff solo. Like, all right, cool, man. Relax. Relax, my guy. It's okay.
They'll be on church billboards, Call of Duty's back.
We bought back JB Smooth for some reason. And the bad guy from Bad Boys 2. One of them. He played a very minor role, but he was there. And he was drunk on vodka in the middle. I can't remember his name. He was also in No. What is the game that came out before the House of Ashes games or whatever?
Is it still in the announcer voice? Like, this is the
Yes, it is.
The
Daylight Dawn or some shit or another. I don't know.
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn. Yes, the one with Hayden the panties and tiaras. I don't know what her name is, but that guy, the announcer head, the narrator guy. He's also going to be back in Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
Sarsgaard sounds like a pirate. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're bringing all the other Skarsgards. There's like 20 of them. I don't know. They all act. They're all foreign. It's weird.
Is Scar gone?
Scar? Oh no. Maybe he went to go buy this new Call of Duty. It sounded amazing. He's like, gotta go get this game. Pre-order now.
By pre-ordering, he just put $60 into his Microsoft account. Just like, he just loads it onto his Microsoft account. You're like, this is for Call of Duty. It's pre-order before you can pre-order.
I mean, you just get Game Pass. It's the best deal in gaming. Come on, did you know that Game Pass has PC games?
It does.
Come on now, it does. I really wish that Microsoft reached out to me. I will sell Game Pass forever.
Yeah, I have Forza Horizon 5 installed, Norco, Shredders, and Weird West, which I haven't played Weird West yet.
Got so many Game Pass games, I don't even know what's there. My Xbox Series X was just full of Game Pass games when I bought it home. It was great.
Oh, Life is Strange True Colors is on Game Pass now.
Oh, that's right.
But Shredders is pretty cool, man. I mean, it's a very simple snowboarding game, but man, it does the snowboarding thing, and if you're ready just to kind of be like, I need something relaxing, hit those slopes and get some SXX. SX. Is it?
SSX.
It always makes me feel like I'm like spelling sex.
What does that stand for?
Snowboarding Extreme
That doesn't make sense.
Maybe. I don't know.
Snowboard Supercross.
So the first X means super?
Cross. No, it's SSX.
Oh, SSX.
So Snowboard Supercross.
Okay. Sounds good.
Look at it. Look, again, I like to be on solutions-oriented podcasts. That's what we're going to do. If we have questions, we're going to figure out the answers to them. We're just going to have Google. I've got Google open right here, and it's going to be great. It's a fantastic resource. If you've never heard of Google, you should definitely try it. And stop emailing me with dumb questions. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Google is your friend.
Yeah, I haven't booted up Norco either. Seems like niche game. But I think it's a point and click adventure, but the one thing that got me was that it takes place in Louisiana, and a Louisiana sludge metal band does a lot of the score that I listen to. And
So I'm going to say that just Googling Norco does not give you the thing you're looking for.
probably not.
Norco is a drug. It's actually the brand name. Hydrocodone acetaminophen. Wait, Norco is Vicodin?
So that's what that game's.
Well, Vicodin? All right, let's go. Yeah, that was not what I was thinking I was going to find today.
I keep forgetting about the Bethesda stuff. I really want to play through New Order again, the Wolfenstein game, because it's so satisfying. You're like, who doesn't want to kill Nazis in 2022?
I mean, I would like to kill Nazis in 2022. If that is the vehicle in which I have to do it, then I don't want to do it. And what's going on, Scar?
So
You fixed it.
Can you actually hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I had to kill Discord. Like Discord seems to be the problem. So like I had to complete. So nothing worked until I killed Discord and came back.
Took it out back. He shot it. It's just a mess.
Are you still in your browser?
Yeah, I'm not downloading this shit to my computer. Fuck Discord. I don't
so then maybe it's the browser.
No.
How many porn?
Well, when you said kill Discord, normally that meant like you would go into settings and be like you completely exit out.
No, I just got rid of the fucking tab. I mean, always have like a million tabs open. Like
that's your problem because you're probably using Chrome, ain't you?
Yes, I love Chrome.
So he installs Chrome, but is afraid to install Discord. Opens a million Pornhub tabs to Chrome, probably watching 50% of those videos. And then wonders why Discord is a problem.
I've never used Pornhub in my life.
Or they find an XTube.
I use XNSX. But
what?
XNXX.
No, he was like, I still buy pay-per-views on DirecTV.
Yeah, let me take a note.
I watch this shit on my computer. Why would I want to sit at my computer in front of my camera and do this? Like I would be one of those creepy people that wants to make sure that I put a thing over my camera because I saw that one episode of Black Mirror.
You don't get freaked out from those emails where they say that they've gotten access to your computer and they've recorded you and the thing you were watching. They're going to send it to your contact list.
That's what I'm saying. And like, if I'm watching on my phone, right? If I'm watching on my phone, like, if right when I'm about to bust, of course I put my phone down because like
you just toss it across the roof.
So you're looking at the roof, so you're not actually getting my vinegar strokes. So like we're all good. Like I can hide and like
see I can do you one better though. You see, people will sit there and poke fun of the Apple ecosystem, right? And I hate the fact that Apple's we don't put porn on our app stores. Like it just need to be safe for children. Okay, then you need to remove Safari and all the browsers from your phone because easily I can access whatever I need to. The beautiful thing about
Apple doesn't have Reddit or Twitter,
right? So what I like to do because I have an Apple TV, which I can AirPlay content to it from my phone. And I just launch it and just AirPlay it to my phone, and then I could set the phone in at the very beginning. That way I ain't got to worry about tossing it somewhere. It's just how it's like you just sit over here. I got my Apple TV remote, and we'll scrub if we need to. Get to the good part. But sometimes I like to watch the whole thing. But then it feels weird after, like when you're finished with the video. It's like you wonder,
super weird.
You ask the question like, "Why did I do this?" It's just you immediately just get filled with shame. It's like, why am I here?
No, you like after you bust, you immediately turn into a Republican. You're like, what is this film?
Yes. It's like your eyes wide open, like, oh my God, what did I do? Think of the children. All the children everywhere in this napkin.
Yeah, it's weird, but I have an issue with porn that the two of you don't have.
Okay.
Try me.
I can't watch a porn if she looks too young because I have a 14-year-old daughter.
Oh no, that's not a problem. That's not a you problem. No, it's just for me. It's not so much because of the the age of a child that I have. It's more like I feel like if teen shows up, like I'm on a list already. So it's like I did not ask for this. Why is this here? Also, is it my recommended traffic just being recommended to me because somebody else from West Virginia is like borrowing my IP address? Because there's a lot of stepbrothers, stepsisters, stepmothers, stepdads, teens. Like, what is this?
I think somebody. One of my conspiracy theorist friends. His thing was when we legalized gay marriage, that the next thing was going to go into one or two directions.
Incest.
That's
already at the. Oh, you mean legalize it?
Yeah, legalized incest or bestiality. He said that legalizing gay marriage was going to lead us in one of those directions. And
might we point to Tennessee?
West Virginia.
Tennessee almost legalized child marriage.
I mean,
we were trying to discriminate against gay people. They were trying to discriminate against gay couples wanting to get married, but in their law, they said everything but the age of consent. And when people were trying to point this out to them, they were like, "Come on, like it's obvious, man. It's obvious that we mean that they will then put it in. No, but why we gotta do all that? Why you making it messy? Why we gotta put age in here? We know what the age is. Why we gotta put it in? Just put it in there. Like they argued for an age restriction.
Yeah, I think it was like in the last 10 years. I don't know whether it was Alabama or Mississippi. I mean, because they're both like a mirror image of each other. Mississippi exists so that Alabama isn't last at everything.
Ooh.
But
you're gonna say shots fired.
We are not last in education.
Be careful, they will fire back.
We are not last in education. Mississippi is. But I think it was one of those places where there was still a law on the books that you can marry a 14-year-old as long as their parents approved. And like they just recently changed that. Like it's been in the last 10 years. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like one of those things to where it's like, and the worst part about it is that was a law in several places.
Yeah.
It wasn't just there, but like other people got to theirs and changed their shit much earlier. And the worst part about it is, like, when I heard about this article about that being changed, most of the places when they changed their laws, they just changed it to 16. I don't know whether they changed them again, but like they just changed it to 16. You can get married at 16. You can get married at 16 as long as your parents approve. But yeah, it's crazy shit like that.
Yeah, and it's the funny thing is that they are the same ones. What is the biggest insult they like to throw around these days?
Calling everybody else a pedo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's you know who I think is weird right now?
Matt Gates.
All of these people that are making, all of these people that are talking about Dwayne Wade's daughter. They just had a party, and Dwayne Wade's daughter they were at a party. I guess Dwayne Wade's daughter's lover was there, and there's a
Okay,
picture.
can we? What is
there's a
up with the
picture
quotes? What's up with the quotes?
because Zaya has not transitioned yet. They just treat her as if she's transitioned. So I
would still say daughter without the quotes, but
I would try to make sure that I use the proper pronouns, but it's still fucking weird. To me, it's weird. But like there was a picture of her kissing her lover at the party, and they put the picture out, and it's just like, first of all, and like people are just speaking about this, like, why are you doing this and blah blah blah, whatever, and it's just like, well, it's just like, if that had been a boy girl at a party at that age kissing, it still would have been weird, but it wouldn't have caused all of this uproar, but it still would have been weird because like Zaya is like what, 14, 13?
they would have somebody would have thought that was cute, but it's because of the fact that a lot of people who are having the issue with it are sexualizing children. It's an issue. It becomes the issue, and it's like, well, if y'all weren't thinking about kids this way,
Zaya's 14.
If y'all won't think about kids this way, this would not be an issue. But
I think the weird thing is about like people sexualizing kids. Like there's people who believe that a male father should not bathe his child daughter. Like
man, my kid dirty. You getting washed. I don't get who the fuck they are.
Exactly. Like it's like people who actually like truly believe this shit, and it's just like that's because you're sexualizing children.
Yeah.
Like, if you take out, like, there's no sexual component between me and my child. Like child needs my toddler needs a bath. I give my toddler a bath because she needs it. And there's no other part of this discussion.
None. And wouldn't that even
black,
make it?
So I'm not like these white people who said that they don't bathe their toddlers until they look dirty. We had this conversation. Was it last week or the week before? And then
Riley gets a bath like twice a day.
And then like the white people said that they don't wash their legs, because like the soap is gonna fall down and cover their legs and they'll be okay.
Because they're all about
the same people who believe in trickle down economics.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, trickle down bath time.
Trickle down bath time.
It's like they're just watching me like, you're like, oh, I'm watching with Reagan.
Do you know that stupid song? Actually, someone actually made a K-pop song that sampled that song, and it's just like, first of all, is that song old enough for someone to try to make a new version of? Second of all, K-pop.
We were just talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Upgrade your standards.
We were just talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Nothing's that old. Also, imagine there have been 3 Spider-Mans in our lifetime.
Right.
How many Batmans have there been?
Well, I'm not a DC guy, so like, okay, it's
well,
cool.
It's been enough.
Right.
There's been enough where we can classify them by nips and no nips. Like,
right.
What are we doing?
Well, only one of them had the nips, right?
One of them did have the nips. I think that was Clooney.
Yeah.
It was Clooney.
I think Clooney had the nips.
I think Clooney was the best. He was one of the best Bruce Waynes. He was not a good Batman.
That seems to be the consistency.
Michael Keaton was the best total package. Like, he was both. He was good at both. Without having to growl and do all of the stupid shit with his voice.
I don't understand why.
The
I mean,
Christian
I
Bale-
get why Batman would need to do that, but like, dude, like that's just murder on your throat, man. Like,
Yeah.
Christian Bale, all of Christian Bale movies, him speaking in his Batman voice takes me completely out of the movie every time.
Me too. Like, I think the movies are good movies. It's just that did not hold up well.
Wait, which movies were good movies?
Like The Dark Knight and stuff. I think it's.
I have not made it through one of them yet, and I've tried multiple times.
The Dark Knight is a fucking masterpiece of a movie. I will say that.
Yeah, I will give you that. Like, it's really good. I think that's the one I've been closest to finishing. Mm-hmm. But it's like that's so long. Christopher Nolan needs to get his head out of his own ass, man.
I haven't seen the third one.
Bruh, have you watched Tenet? Like, Tenet seems so fucking long, and you're just kind of like, bruh, I don't understand.
And it's twice as long because you're going in both directions.
Tenet, you have to watch Tenet at least twice. Kind of like Memento. Memento, you have to watch at least twice because the first time you just the concept of the movie is like, what the fuck? Like, have you ever seen Memento?
Mm-hmm. No.
Memento is about this dude who he has short-term memory loss. There was a situation that happened and he has short-term memory loss and his wife got killed. So he is trying to find his wife's killer, but y'all could be having a conversation and after a couple of minutes he doesn't remember anything. He doesn't remember anything that happened after he got hit the night that his wife got killed.
He has his important shit tattooed on his body.
Yeah, if he has something important, he trusts his own handwriting at this point, and he tattoos the clues of finding his wife's killer onto his body, because as he's talking to you after a couple of minutes, he has no idea of who you are and what conversation you just had.
This is a Christopher Nolan film.
Yes, it's one of the earlier ones.
Why has someone not punched him in the face?
But no. Here's what makes it worse. Every preceding scene of the movie happened before what you just watched.
The movie goes backwards, basically.
Is a little bit of Tenet because there's a component where there's a part where he's talking to someone over a phone. And while he's talking to that person over the phone, time seems to be moving forward. But all of the scenes of the movie are happening in reverse. The website for the movie is backwards. The website for Memento is otnamim.com. Like, it's... Christopher Nolan is fucking insane.
I did want the special edition DVD because that was a very cool package. But
yeah, so that movie is one of those movies that you have to watch twice. And like there's some people in there. There's Carrie Ann Moss and there's a few people, and whoa, she does a hell of a performance in that movie.
No.
Hell of a performance.
Just no.
But it's one of those things to where it's like he's just like the idea that he started playing with time in that movie and then like eventually came up with Tenet and was like, okay, this is basically the culmination of all of your playing with time.
No. I don't want nobody to talk about fucking Michael Bay ever again. Let that man blow up every fucking thing he wants to blow up. I don't give a shit at this point.
Michael Bay lost me when the fucking the only black transformer fucking breakdance when he transformed, and then don't get me started on Skid and Mudflap. Like Michael Bay.
I'm sorry, I'm stuck. Yeah, excuse me, I forgot. I'm only stuck on Bad Boys, and that's about it.
Nah, the Michael Bay lost me because then fucking Eddie Winslow fucking voiced the black transformer in the first movie, and the first thing that the black transformer says is "sup bitches." Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. You got Eddie Winslow to be like, sup, bitches. And like, if you literally look at him when he transforms, he break dances. Like, what are we doing here, Michael Bay? What are we doing here?
All right, fine. Then all we got left is Ryan Coogler.
One thing I will say about Michael Bay is the only one that was like, what are y'all talking about? I work with Will Smith again. And he's the only one right now. He's the only one that's like, what are you talking about? That's what
I don't know why Chris Rock deserved to get fucking slapped. He needed to get damn punched.
Yeah, I think I can.
The only people who had issues with that slap were white people and comedians.
Well,
black folks understood the assignment.
And Chris Rock's family. Because Chris Rock didn't seem to have as much problem with the slap as his family does. And then like his brother like challenged Will Smith to box. It's like you do realize Will Smith actually like trained to become Muhammad Ali, and those punches he took in that movie were real. He actually took those punches for real.
You don't want that smoke, dog.
You know what I mean? Like the production lasted long enough for him to recover from taking those punches for real. Like, you know what I mean? He wanted it to be as real as possible, so they shot a lot of the movie first and then went back and shot the fight scenes because he was actually getting hit for real. Like, do you really want these problems?
You don't want that smoke, dog. You don't want that.
It is like, much has been made over a fucking slap. Like,
yeah, I had to respond to something from work, but I wanted to say that I have heard that Michael Bay's new movie quite good as just like a fun action movie, which is Ambulance.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think I wanted to see that. I think I kind of wanted to see that. It's a dumb, like from what I've seen in the trailers, this is a dumb conceit for a movie, but I'm here for it.
I don't watch a whole lot of movies, so I don't even know what y'all talking about.
It's two dudes who were I think they are bank robbers. And it's like, yo, this is my last. Like the black guy was like, this is my last score. Goes, they rob a bank, and they end up in an ambulance, trying to run from the cops.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's a movie. It is a movie.
Yeah. Call a damn ambulance.
I don't think they called it. I think it just happened.
No. I mean that video of that guy yelling like, why y'all just got him over there like that? Call the ambulance. And he's like, call the damn ambulance. He just saying that shit for real too. He said that shit with his chest, but he is straight up saying ambulance. Like,
I looked at his ass like I look at him. Said, what? So what now?
Nigga said, call the damn ambulance.
Oh,
and like,
what?
Yeah, if you type it out the way that it's said, you can find the video on YouTube. It's
yeah. I mean, when I think about Michael Bay, and then people like shit on Michael Bay, and then I mean, I'm like, I get it, but then when I really think about it, and I'm like, man, I love the Bad Boys movies. I love The Rock. I love fucking Pain and Gain. It's just, I think most people just think about Transformers. Like he actually has some decent movies. It's just everyone just thinks about Transformers and be like, fuck Michael Bay. But
I just think about the explosions.
Yeah.
And the Hummer that just drove through a Cuban favela, and the plans and all those plans they had.
Yeah, he uses explosions like your boy uses lens flares. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody's got that signature shit. And like going back to Christopher Nolan, I heard it. His audio and his audio mixes are fucking terrible. Like, I think people who were coming out of Tenet said they could not hear half of the shit in the movie because there's just so much loud ambient noise.
Yes,
that doesn't sound fun.
I can understand that. Like, and then like the weird stuff that he does with the music, like the Inception thing, where like the bong is really just that same song, but it's slowed down so fucking much
Yeah.
that you get the blong. Is that fucking that lady singing like it's like weird. Yeah, Christopher Nolan is. Some will say he's a genius. I just think he's weird. I think like he capitalized on the thing that M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong couldn't. I think the twist is what M. Night Shyamalan, his thing was the twist. This shit gotta have a twist. Because the first one had a twist. But like he never truly capitalized on the twist as much as Christopher Nolan did. Christopher Nolan capitalized on the twist way better than he ever could. And then, like, of course, M. Night Shyamalan actually made the worst movie of all time.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Well, have you heard?
They called him Ong the whole fucking movie, dog.
No, we don't talk about that. Does it exist? I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's literally the worst movie of all time.
Yep. Okay.
Is there a worse movie than? Is there?
Again, I am not arguing it, but we just skip on right past it. It did not happen. Does not exist. No, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Well, have you heard that M. Night Shyamalan Ghost wrote "She's All That"? So the twist was that the girl was hot the whole time.
Is there a way we can disconnect Chase from this call?
No, because he's the one actually live streaming it to the people.
I mean, it'd just be him by himself. We can just have this conversation by ourselves.
We can disconnect ourselves. Like,
well, I mean, you can look it up. I wasn't making a joke. I mean,
sick twisted joke you call a fact.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. is the only Mexican left in the universe in fucking Mass Effect.
Wait, but he's not Mexican though, right?
Why are there Mexicans in the future?
But Freddie Prinze Jr. isn't Mexican.
He's Hispanic.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh.
He's Hispanic. But like why is there one Mexican in Mass Effect? You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe they blended enough, and this one was the only stereotypical one they could find. Because doesn't he like talk about tacos?
Yeah, like he talk about huevos rancheros, all kinds of shit. And it's just like, yo, dog, like,
hi, I'm Mexican. What's good?
As I understand it, once we found the aliens exist, all of the races kind of melded, and everybody just kind of looks like, you know, like fucking
nice olive skin, tan people.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Everybody kind of looks like the default shepherd, the default male shepherd. Like everybody kind of looks like that.
Which still bums me out that, you know, that still turned out to be white when that's definitely not true.
Right.
In the whole merging and melding of ethnicities, it will not be white. The default will not be white.
Exactly. And you know that dude is, the dude who's the model for the default shepherd is the reason for Zoolander, right?
No.
I wish that's the only gripe about. Go ahead.
Zoolander, the character of Zoolander is making fun of that guy. And that's how we got Zoolander, that guy who was a model. He looks exactly like Shepard. I don't understand why this dude doesn't get called Shepard everywhere he goes.
I mean, probably because I don't like outside of Shepard. I don't think I've ever seen him. So I like if I were to see this man in person, I probably would not recognize him.
Well,
I'm telling you. Hold on, I'm gonna look up his name. I'm gonna look up his name.
Okay, go ahead. But
his name is Mark Vanderloo. Look up Mark Vanderloo.
I mean, okay, so yeah, in this old picture, yeah, I can see Shepard, but this dude has gotten old since then.
There's pictures of him with hair, and he doesn't quite look like Shepard, but like,
yeah, this Ham is like this Han magazine. Looks like Shepard.
Well, dude, that's the only gripe I kind of have with Mass Effect. I wish that there wasn't default Shepard. On the cover, it was just in full armor. So then, whenever people would make their own Shepard, which most people do, you know, there's some people that go with default, but like, I wished it was just like any other RPG to where you just make your own character, and then in the cover art, it just has, you know, like the full N7 mask, so you don't see it. But I don't know. I just don't think that game needed a default. Something happened to Marcus.
I don't know. You know what? I don't mind it because, like, at some point you have to put somebody on the box, and the box works better if you can see a face. Like someone.
Yeah, but think of Halo. Like Halo didn't have a face.
Yeah, but Halo is different. Like we're not calling these the same thing. And
yeah,
like,
but this is even further that it's an RPG to where like most RPGs you don't have a default Fallout dude. You know what I mean? Or you don't have a default Skyrim dude. Just make your own characters. The only thing that had a default is like The Witcher, which had a set character. You don't make a Geralt. He's Geralt. There. So I think they either needed to like just have a set how Shepard's going to look, or had a character creation, not both.
I guess on one level I agree with you, but on the other level I don't. I think the idea of them running with it and saying, you know what, this is going to be the default, and however this goes, this is going to be the default. But also, like what they did with female Shepard, and they changed her over time, and then they went back to where it's like, no, if you want to use this default character that we came up with in the first game, when they re-released everything, it was like, okay, you can do that now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's some people who just some people who just want to play the game and they don't really care. I basically used one of the default faces and I changed them a little bit. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't use the default Shepard, but I used one of the default faces. One of the other default faces.
Yeah, I used one as a starting point, but
yeah, but I only changed a little bit. Like I just made him look a little bit blacker. Like I darkened his skin a little bit, made his nose and his lips bigger, and then called it a fucking day. That's all I did. So like, I'm not one of those people that's gonna sit there and really like play with the face and all of that kind of stuff. Like fucking when because I play a lot of like I play a lot of that basketball game still, and when I create characters, I just use default faces. Like I'm not even because you can scan your face and put your face in the game. I'm like, nah, dog, it's not even that serious.
I had that option. I was thinking, should I do this? And then I didn't.
Yeah, it's like, nah, we good. We all the way good. I don't know what happened with Marcus though.
Oh no, I'm here. That issue I was talking about earlier, like I think before we started recording about when I launch Epic, my camera goes away. Yeah, apparently that's not an Epic problem. I think this is now a Discord problem.
Okay.
Hooray for Discord.
Yeah, I mean technically you can close Discord and then come back like what I did, and it might actually work for you.
Actually, I might cheat. Give me a second.
Refresh the page, bro.
Yeah, I can't do that if it's an app.
Oh yeah, I forgot y'all use the app.
Right, because we're not crazy people.
I just don't. I'm usually on my phone, so like I use the app on my phone, but like for my computer, my computer is old, and I'm not putting no more money into this thing. I literally use my computer for podcasting mostly. Like I don't use my computer really for anything else at this point.
My computer case is old.
I don't know. I just don't use my computer for really anything else.
Which is funny because the kind of games that you really, really, really like are computer-based games, like your city builders and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I tried to play a city. I tried to a couple weeks ago. I tried to play one of those city builders on Xbox, and oh my god, it was trash. But still, I'd rather just get like use the patience and like make just figure out how to make the console thing work as opposed to just playing all of this stuff on PC because like my PC is ancient and it's in my bedroom, so like I don't really want to be like sitting at my computer desk in my bedroom where I could just fucking lay down on the bed right there and play anything else. Like my bed's right there, like literally right beside me, right here.
Yeah, I use Steam Link on my Apple TV to play my PC games.
Well, I
on
mean,
my
I
big
do
TV.
mostly use my controller.
I have a Steam Link, and I completely forgot that I have one.
Yeah,
but I'll play with the controller, and with the chair, I can actually lean back, and that's normally how I play, so it can feel a little bit more comfortable.
Is your Steam Link wired?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean I use the Apple on Apple TV.
Because I heard that the Steam Link, the actual Steam Link, the little device thing, I heard that thing works a lot better if it's wired.
I mean, well, that's anything that's coming over a network connection.
Right.
But wireless has got pretty good though.
My Xbox works great over wireless. My Series S works great over wireless. I've had zero issues.
I was in a GameStop today because my son wanted to look around to see if he can spend the $10 he got, and he didn't find anything that was under $10 at GameStop that he wanted. I was like, well, I could totally do that. But I did think it was really funny that the only system in GameStop was the Xbox Series S that they're not going to sell no games for because it's a digital only console.
Right. But I mean, they sell codes.
Yeah, so you code and stuff.
Yeah, I know they do, but that's not what they want to do.
I bought a 2 Point Hospital code in GameStop for my Switch.
Yeah.
He printed the code out on the fucking receipt.
GameStop wants you to buy the pre-owned games. They don't want you to buy no codes.
They had a game, so he sold me a code. He was like, "Man, I could sell you this code. I could just print it out on the receipt." And I was like, "All right, cool."
Well, the employees don't give a shit. The GameStop Corporation would really love it if we get out of this hole. Well, how'd you do that, man? How'd you flip? I've been trying to figure that out.
Well, I flipped the source at OBS, so I'm using the OBS virtual camera now.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I should
see if Discord actually is causing the problem, or if it's something else in the chain. So we'll find out in maybe an hour or so, depending on how long this call is.
Well, that's weird because I see the squares doing the square dance.
Oh, I'm still doing the square dance to you?
I don't actually see you. I don't actually see you. But that's happened before because that's happened with Chase before, where like I couldn't see him in Discord, but I could see him on the Twitch.
Yeah, because because how I stream, everybody else is facing forward, but I'm backwards. You know what I mean? So I would like to flip my camera to where it's not in, so it's actually forward. Because look, my shirt, it says blood incantation backwards. You can't even read it.
I couldn't read it if it was
read it because I can't read it because it looks like somebody set something on fire.
Looks like bloody chicken scratch. Like, dude, I
don't
know how to help you.
That was the joke, but it still is backwards. But it was it's still the joke.
It looked like something Aiden drew because you got mad at him for turning on your podcast. I watched that video, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were just messing around.
Yeah, I know.
But
I could tell by your tone you were just fucking around. Then you messing up my podcast. This is my podcast.
What were we discussing before I disappeared? And then magically reappeared?
About we were discussing if we thought that because I thought that it would have been cool if Mass Effect didn't have a default Shepard. If, like, on the cover, it was just Shepard in the armor, and then you just made it a character like you do in every other RPG other than The Witcher.
I can see that.
I will say this, though. A completely armored Shepard that doesn't take his helmet off, his or her helmet off, is the only way that I can play Renegade.
You don't want to see the cracked face.
I can't look at myself for making some of those decisions. I can't look at myself.
And plus, if you go to
you can't
Chomp
face
and
the music,
get the death mask, and you get more intimidate with the death mask.
Yeah, I typically use like in 2 I use that Cerberus armor that completely covers your face.
Or you can just use the collector armor and just look like.
No, I don't want to like that. I don't use none of that collector shit except for the collector assault rifle. The collector assault rifle is cool.
I used a collector beam gun on because that should have ate down some fucking armor like those big things.
I only use the collector beam thing at the end because it's more precise than using like rockets or anything like that, because by the time you shoot the rocket, that thing will move the fuck out the way and then you're just like, well, that's a rocket wasted. So yeah, I use that then.
I only played that game when it came out. I only played those games when it came out. I tried to play I hate that I did because I have Game Pass and I could have waited. Bought the Legacy Edition. I was like, yo, let's go. Let's play the Legacy Edition. I don't even think I made it halfway through 1. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this anymore. This was a bad decision.
But do you replay games a lot?
It depends. The games I replay are Watch Dogs 2, Sleeping Dogs, and because I was told something
else with dogs.
Oh, unfortunately, no. I just now realized what I did, but no, that's not the trend. Realizing what I did, no, that's not the trend. That just happens to be an unfortunate coincidence. Cyberpunk 2077, I played twice.
Snow Dogs, the game.
No,
with Cuba Gooding Jr.
No. I mean,
the game.
If my son comes up and demands I play Paw Patrol,
that would actually probably be really good.
I cannot watch anything where someone's trying to convince me that fucking Forrest Whitaker is a samurai master. Like, no, thank you.
It's a good movie, man. It's a good movie.
No, thank you. I'm sorry, dog. Like, you can't convince me that is a thing. Like, Forrest Whitaker is a samurai master.
RZA does the music. Music's great, and I don't know. I love that movie.
Keep that shit, dog. You keep that shit. I like the RZA. I really do. But I ain't watching no RZA movies. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, I barely got through watching him in a little bit of Snowfall that I actually watched. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was in Snowfall. He's the guy that actually taught him how to make crack.
Well, he's not he plays a very minor. He just kind of shows up in the background or something, I think, in that movie. But he just does the music. So he's not like a major actor.
Nah, dog.
What about John Wick 2?
I have never seen any of the John Wick movies.
The John Wick movies.
I just never. It's like every time I think about it, like they're not available on the streaming services.
Oh yeah, I had to rent those.
Yeah, so like
they are available on my Plex server.
Oh really? Cool.
Yeah, somebody shared a Plex server to me that has new movies on it, and I tried to watch Ocean's 8 on it, but realizing which version was on as a no, sir. No. And like, I'm pretty sure Scar remembers a version of me back before, and even then, just watching my life unfold on social media as I like to have it. Yeah, I'm a person of very expensive, eclectic taste. So when seeing a movie ripped from recorded in a movie theater at like 120p, I'm like, yeah, no, fuck this. I would rather buy it than watch it.
Yeah, that's why I like most of my Plex server is ripped, and that's not because I'm like, oh, I'm above torrenting or anything. Like, no, it's not that. It's that most shit you get when you torrent is shit quality, and I don't want my Plex server to be shit quality.
I miss torrenting so much.
I will say that my paycheck told me, my first full-time paycheck told me I was above torrenting. It was at that point where I was like, I can buy things now.
My
I bought a
ISP
broke
used
college
to-
student.
Yeah, my ISP told me, bro, you might want to stop trying to download shit because like every time I try to download something, they would just turn my shit off. Like they would just turn my shit off, and like a couple of times, like I had like downloaded it. As soon as it was done, I moved it to an external.
That's because you weren't downloading from the Bahamas, man.
Man, shit. One of the shits I was downloading for Sam. I was downloading some fucking episodes of Dexter for Sam, and they came to fucking see me, dog. And I look. This tell you how long it was. I downloaded those Dexter episodes for Sam. I sent it to him through Skype. Then I deleted it because at the time I wasn't watching Dexter because there was no reason for me to hold on to the shit. And my ISP was just like, "Yo, we know you got that Dexter, dog. We scanned your computer. Where the fuck is the Dexter?" And I'm just kind of
the sad thing is, he said, "You know how long this was? I sent him the videos via Skype." Which to me did not trigger any flags because I actively use Skype.
You still use Skype?
Yes.
Whoa. I am not used Skype in wow, I can't even remember.
Every podcast I've been doing for like the past 3 years now have been done through Skype.
I remember Skype and Pamela used to be the shit, bro.
Skype is the only consumer-facing video conferencing application that has NDI, that allows me to use NDI sources. So I can, so, like if you look at Tech Talk Thursdays and, we've got our own blocks, those are all separate video sources. They're not coming from Discord. Like they're all Skype video call, like the Skype video calls. And I can
so they're all calling into a source that's collecting them.
Right. So they're calling into my computer. I am capturing them and moving them around in OBS. Okay.
I thought it would be something like this and like how people like rip their Zoom calls and shit like that.
It's really weird. I did it that way because I did not know how to resize OBS like that. And also it became an issue back when I was working with Kat and Jimmy, and especially with Kat's call, like with her data, with her home networking, she would drop out. So if I were to sit there and do that weird custom Discord box thing, it would freak out if she disconnected in the video, in like the video call windows went all bonkers.
Right.
Or like when my camera failed and I disconnected the camera, now everything shifted for a second.
What happened to her? I haven't seen those.
She's doing good. I talked to her not this past weekend, the weekend before last.
Yeah, her tea and Tamara's is like that.
She was on Facebook for a bit, but she came back to Twitch after Facebook kind of stiffed her on some money. So, yeah, she's been doing that Facebook game for a minute. Yeah, she's back on Twitch now for I think for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, we never had her on. I think we had Jay on once.
Yeah, we did. That was a fun show because he didn't know what to expect. Because I mean, he didn't really know us, but he didn't know what to expect. But he had a blast that day. I felt like he had a blast because we had a blast with him that day.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've talked to him. Yeah, it's been a while, but it's been over 2 years. It was good to see Kat. We were at playthrough about a month ago. That sounds about right. Yeah, about a month ago. Yeah, I haven't seen Jimmy in about 2 years. So yeah, it's been a minute. I love the fact that Chase is just sitting, just like yes.
He does that. He does that, especially if we have a guest on and it's a guest that I know really well. He'll just kind of fade into the background.
Well, fine. All right, you know what? No, Chase, I want you to ask me some questions. I want to talk to you now. I know Scar. I know he's the most contrarian Negro on the planet.
I am not anymore.
No, because that's still me.
Exactly. It's always been you.
Chase, I want to talk to you. I want to
Okay.
talk. I want you actively involved. That's what we're going to do. So you stay out of the shadows. What? Look, we're gonna have an AMA. Just Chase, what do you want to know about me? What's good? What's good?
Well, yeah. One thing I was going to bring up is that I remember one. What is it? The Comic Con that's in Florida and is also here.
SuperCon.
Yeah, I think it's called GalaxyCon now.
Yeah, this is GalaxyCon now.
Yeah, I remember I was there one time and I heard about playthrough, and every time it comes around, I'm like, oh yeah, that happened. And I never go. Like, I always think about going, but I never think about going anywhere in like February. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh. But then you would think that you would want a con to be in February, because in like GalaxyCon, all these people would do all these cosplays, and I'm like, I'm hot. I'm in basketball shorts and a t-shirt. I know they're hot in fucking stormtrooper fucking full garb. So, like,
They just look like ice packs down. Now I don't know. I could not be a cosplayer.
Lycra.
It's what now?
Lycra? I have no idea what that is. I mean, I know it's a fabric, but
it's the material that they're using underneath. Like it got the parts or whatever like that on top of it, but the lycra is the foundation, is the black part of the stormtrooper, and it's thin. That would be my guess.
But yeah, I mean, it will cool down certain parts, but not everything. Like my man breast's gonna get real hot, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean. My underboob, like, bruh.
It gets sweaty just wearing a regular t-shirt.
Man, listen, I had to put something under my underboob last week when it was a little bit warm. I had to put a little bit of deodorant under my underboobs. But then I fucked around and bought the wrong deodorant. Then I fucked around and bought the wrong deodorant, and I was mad as a bitch because I bought a 2-pack.
What'd you buy, man?
I bought some gel by accident.
And gel. It's not just greasy. It's just sweaty and greasy.
Like the gel just doesn't work for very long. And like
I hate gel.
One day I bought the gel, right? And then like I'm watching TV and I'm like laying on the couch, leaned over my pillow with my arm like this, and I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? And I'm talking to myself like, nigga, that's you. Like, what the fuck? Like, it just doesn't work for very long. So I got two. I still got a whole nother thing of this that I ain't used yet.
I don't want anything gel. I don't want gel in my hair. You know, gel, like people that have like gelled hair, it looks like you're trying to do something with your hair. It's called, you got to get paste. You want your hair to look like it just does that. Gel does not look like it just does that.
I can't speak on anything about hair.
Yeah, Scar just woke up like this. Literally.
I literally woke up like this.
Literally.
I cut my own hair, so like I woke up like this.
It takes some time. It takes some time for this, sometimes, when I first get it done, I don't like it, but yeah, I give it a couple of days, a couple of showers, and then I'm right again. I feel great about my decision.
So are you going full? Are you going full in?
I'm gonna go for as long as I can. I think I will be a year into this next week.
Man,
a year in the locks next week, but it would have been over 2 years since I've had a haircut. So I mean, like a full haircut. I still get like the sides cut.
And to get your line,
Yeah.
That nigga would look like a buffalo soldier.
Hey.
Dreadlock Rasta. I have heard that song more than any human should. I used to be in a television production class in high school, and one of our projects we had to make a montage. We gotta make a montage, but fuck it, I love that movie. But one of my classmates made a Buffalo Soldiers montage with like pictures and stuff like that of the Buffalo Soldiers to that song. And like, of course, like this is before digital. This is when digital editing was just starting. Like, we had one computer that we could do digital editing when I was in the 12th grade. We didn't have it in the 11th grade when we did this project. So
Were you guys using film rolls?
No, we were using beta. Like, no lie. We were using beta.
Wow.
Like, actual beta tapes.
Yeah, I mean that's what TV production stuck with beta while everybody else was on VHS.
Yes, absolutely.
So I guess it make it impossible to copy at that point.
Yeah, so we were using beta tapes, and like, of course, like, so you have to like insert it, like you have to lay down a whole track of the song, then go back and like edit each picture that you put on a tape over the part of the song that you want it to be over the song. So like, I've heard bits and pieces of that song for hours. Then like him rewinding it back to the beginning so he can watch what he's done so far. Like, I have heard that song more than anyone should.
Yeah. But it's cool, like, when you think about stuff like, because I took a photography class in college, and then not too long after that, a lot of that stuff was obsolete, right? And but it makes me sad a little bit that it's obsolete, but then I'm also like, man, it's kind of cool that I got to do something that you don't do anymore. And then, like, if you look at like Instagram, every filter in Instagram is something that you can do with an enlarger and stuff. And actually, the cyan and the magenta they were called filters that would use those to like up your contrast and stuff when you're shining light through it to make the print. And so yeah, we could like do some wild stuff with those things.
It's a weird thing being a Xennial, ain't it?
Yeah.
Technically, I'm not a Xennial, but I have the Xennial experience.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bridge. It's a little bridge.
Yeah, it's a little bridge. Technically, I'm Gen X.
Well, because that's the thing is like when people are like, "Oh, these millennials and their tablets," I was like, "Dude, the iPad came out like 5 years after I graduated high school. I'm not the people you're talking about."
Yeah. Well, 4 for me.
You want to know something that's weird? I've been watching Winning Time, right? Winning Time is about the Lakers. If you don't know, I mean, I know Chase doesn't know.
Actually, my math was wrong. It's actually long. 2003 to 2010 is
7.
Yeah, 7.
So I'm watching Winning Time, right? And like, it's about the first year that Magic Johnson came in on the Lakers. And they are naming these dates that these games and stuff are happening.
Mm-hmm.
And bruh, I was just born when all of this was happening. Like, they said the first game was like October 12th, 1979. I was born September 18th that year. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I was not even a month old when all this shit happened. And then the further along, every time they do dates, I'm like relating it to my own life. Like, I wasn't, like, was I even babbling at this point? You know what I mean? Like, it's weird watching something that happened around the time of your birth. Because it's like, it's things that happened before I was born. I'm just like, okay, that happened before I was born. And like things that happened like later, when you start talking like 80s and 90s stuff, like, okay, I can understand some of that stuff. Some of that I experienced. Some of it I was too young for, depending on which part of the 80s. But like when you put it right in at the end of 79, it's just a weird thing for me. I don't know if anybody else. Have you ever had this experience where you're watching something that happened when you were born?
I mean, I'm very rarely watching things that take place in 1988. Like, for me, it's been happening a lot lately, especially when you got all these documentary or like dramatizations of all the shit that's been happening in Silicon Valley lately. Like with WeWork, Theranos, and I want to see the Uber joint too. That I think it's on HBO Max, if I'm not mistaken. But to watch I think it's the Theranos one. That's on Hulu. The Dropout. To watch them sit there talking about Elizabeth Holmes was at an Apple store for the launch of an iPhone, and then watch them over time change the hardware that was being used. Except for, I think somebody pointed out, like the Google Pixel 2, they used out of time. But like they were careful not to use the wrong technology for the most part. And I think We Crashed, they did that too, where it's like a lot of their older laptops, a lot of their Macs they were using. Like, where did y'all find these old Macs that work? Like, this isn't CG. Those screens are really on. That LCD is on, and you are doing a thing. Where did you find these in working condition, in pristine condition?
You had to find those in a cellar at Apple.
And see, with We Crash, I believe it because We Crash is on Apple TV Plus.
Well, don't you think that's the kind of like technology version of like, oh, here's a movie set in the 50s. Here's an entire like block, and like everywhere you can see is there's not a modern car in this shot. You know what I mean? Top thing.
I do, but I think for me, because like I have the attachment to the technology, and so I was like, oh man, I remember what I was doing then when this device came out. Or for me, like even when regular TV shows are on and somebody will pull out something that looks like an iPhone, or they will pull out an iPhone, and it's like, okay, they're clearly not using the iPhone because I see the lock screen. Or when they put it up to their face, the call picture will turn landscape. So all of a sudden, like it just like the call image just looks up and down like this. It's like, come on, dog, what are we doing? Or I think it was a Modern Family where one of the daughters had her iPhone 5C upside down. And the only way you could tell was because of the fact that they had those croc covers. Like, I'm not sure if you remember for the iPhone 5C, they made those covers that look like Crocs, where it was like solid up top and then spot like holes on the bottom. She was holding it upside down to where the holes were at her ears. Like, no. This is not how this works. This is not how you use a phone.
Okay, what do y'all think is the dumbest phone accessory of all time? And I can tell you about this. I can tell you what I think.
Do you mean that somebody took seriously, or was it supposed to be a joke?
I don't think these were supposed to be a joke, but it ended up being a joke.
The fact that I have to get a dongle to plug into a headphone.
That's called courage.
There was this accessory for the phone where you plug it into your phone, but it was the old handset.
I was thinking that, but that's what I classified as a joke. I felt like whoever made that, they made it as a joke.
And you hung it up on your hip. Like you had the little thing to hang it on your hip. So people were walking around looking like they had a house phone on their hip. But it connected to your cell phone. And it was like the dumbest thing ever. But like people tried to make it a thing, and then it just kind of didn't turn into a thing.
Yeah, see, I thought that was a joke.
I think it was intended to be a joke. I thought
that was intended to be a joke. But seriously, like I see Chase with the dongle, which I actually call those dongles courage. Every time I buy one, so look, I'm looking for more courage. I want to say the dumbest one is the physical keyboard attachment that I think you could I don't know if it made it to market, but it was a physical keyboard attachment you could slide onto the bottom of an iPhone to give it a physical keyboard because people weren't used to typing on a screen just yet.
I actually had one of those, what's it called, the OTG cables? Where
I like those.
Where you could actually use a regular fucking keyboard on your phone by plugging it into this and then plugging the cable into the bottom of your phone. I actually have one of those.
I made a video. I have a YouTube video of me using that.
You can own playing Call of Duty mobile with a mouse and keyboard. Just like, this ain't even fair. Everybody's
I
dying.
I should try that now because I mean, the iPads have mouse and keyboard support, wireless mouse and keyboard support, so should probably do that and see how much better I am.
You would fucking destroy Fortnite.
Well, Fortnite's
No, I
crossplay.
can't. I can't destroy on Fortnite
Right.
because Fortnite's not on iOS.
I forgot there was an issue about that. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I never.
and
I
it's
don't
still
have
not
because
fixed.
I don't have any iOS devices.
Well, it's not on Android either.
I
Well,
have.
you can put it on Android, but you have to download it.
Oh, that's right.
as
The
a-
side load. The side load. Yeah.
Yeah, I have my iPad is a 2. The second iPad.
Yeah, I've been upgrading lately. I'm now on the M1 iPad Pro.
Yeah, I stopped buying iPads and iPods a long time ago. I used to love my iPod touches. I mean, you know this. You know that I used to love my iPod touches. And I would buy every time a new one came out, I would buy a new iPod touch because I love those things that much. But I never bought an iPhone.
Yeah, I had to. I was doing way too much in Android. I
Yeah,
was doing way too much, and it's like I had to. It's like I gotta stop. I need to be locked out. Apple, please put your chains on me.
Yeah,
Stop
I
me
just use Plex amps there, so I can listen to my own music, but it's streaming. So.
But that's what I use Google Music for. I can upload my own playlist and all of my own music to
How
Google Music.
how do you do that now since they got rid of?
I don't know because all of my stuff transferred over. So
Yeah, I
like,
don't know how to
so
upload
all of my
anything to
stuff,
YouTube Music.
and like all my stuff transferred over to YouTube Music, that I already had on Google Music. So all of my stuff is still there.
Yeah, I imagine whatever I've uploaded is still there, but I don't know what's mine and what's not anymore. Like whatever I was listening to back when I had Google Play Music. Yeah, I am not listening to that anymore. It's very rare that I'll discover a
Like Sam
song that I
also,
listened to before.
it tries to make me feel old by saying, "Oh, 2007 was 15 years ago." So, but yeah,
That's a sad thought.
That's so hard.
What are you rocking there? What phone is that?
that is a Pixel 6 Pro.
Why are you liking that?
I like it. I mean, I've been on Pixel for a while since the 3.
I've been hearing those been kind of buggy though.
He gets a new one every time tax time comes.
Not every time.
I don't blame him.
But
I don't blame him.
I have liked them. It's the only phones that I've had to where, like 2 years down the road, I didn't feel like, man, I need to reset this thing. I've never felt that way with the Pixel. And I mean, some people might have had problems, but I'm not saying that their problems aren't invalid. I've just never had them. Because I've never been be like, if someone's like, something's happening with my game, like, and then you go on Reddit and they're like, I don't know, bro. I mean, jeez.
I have a new phone and I keep forgetting to switch it over. I keep forgetting to switch over the SIM card.
What are you doing?
I'm still rocking my LG Stylo 4.
What is the new phone?
Some sort of Samsung A20 nonsense or whatever the fuck. I don't really need to have like the best phone or whatever because I don't.
His phone still has a default screen.
I use it for social media mostly.
Mm-hmm.
You said it's also for what?
It still has
you're still on the default screen.
Yeah, my back my backgrounds. I never changed it, so like you can't see it. Fuck. Yeah, my backgrounds and all of that kind of stuff is all default. My wallpaper and all that kind of shit is what was on the fucking phone when I got it.
I can't do that.
I never changed it. I just never felt the need to. Like I just never changed it. It was just like I think I got over my tinkering phase when just buying Nexus tabs. Like I was buying different launchers and shit like that, and like I really got to like. And
He says this like he got so deep into it, dude. Let me tell you, you know why I got an iPhone? I got so deep into modding my Android phone, my Nexus 6P, that like voicemail stopped working. I don't know how a system level feature stopped working, but it
Wow.
did.
I modded a what the fuck was that the Barnes and Noble version of a Kindle? What
Nook.
the fuck was that shit
The
called?
Nook.
Yes, I hacked a Nook and put regular fucking Android on the shit. Like I was doing shit like that for no fucking reason.
There's
I
a reason,
love-
so you can get the Google Play Store. Like
I love-
that's the reason.
I love my Nook, man.
I hacked my Nook to put Google Play on there so that I could download Kindle on my Nook.
Wow. Why would you need to download Kindle when you can just, download EPUB files for free?
I was just doing dumb shit, and like really, I used it mostly for using comics apps so I could read comic books.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing that I did wish my because I did get the paper Nook. I didn't want a screen because I was like, well, if I'm reading, I don't want a screen in my face, right? That's where you get the eye fatigue. So I wish it did do more like Comixology type stuff. Comixology, I love Comixology. I haven't read it in a while, but man, does it make reading comics easier.
The moment I stopped using Comixology, this is pretty early.
Okay.
I was talking to someone about Comixology on Twitter. And someone from Comixology corrected me to capitalize the X in the middle of Comixology. I'm like, you bitch, you wasted your fucking time telling me to capitalize the fucking X in Comixology. This is before they're owned by Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is before Amazon. This is Comixology. Somebody on Twitter told me that I need to make sure that I capitalize the X in Comixology. And I said, you bitch, I'll never use this bitch ever again.
I mean, I kind of understand from a branding perspective. Like, I would sit there and say, hey, there is no space in between Major and Linux, and you capitalize the L.
Like, you run the risk, right? You run the risk of coming off like a dick, right?
And
And so, like, you may have someone to be like, you know.
don't worry, every time I say I do feel bad, like with the S, is this how you're supposed to? Not really.
Yeah, that's what made me stop using that app. I started. That's when I was BitTorrenting a lot of comic books and then just loading them onto whatever Nexus tablet I had at the time.
That's why I'm never gonna change my other than I'm Crucial Chase mostly everywhere except for PlayStation. But I love that my Xbox gamer tag is Crucial Space Chase. I got grandfathered into having a gamer tag with a space. Can't make spaces no more.
I don't want the space. It's a wasted character. It means nothing.
I'm glad that I got on Xbox Live pretty early when it was just a bunch of demos of like MotoGP and Revolt, and I never had to add something to my my gamer tag. I'm just Scarfinger there. It's just Scarfinger, and I didn't have to make Scarfinger 069 and like shit like that. Like, no, fuck that. I'm just Scarfinger over there. I'm glad I got an Xbox Live that early to whereas I could just be Scarfinger and let's just call this a fucking day.
Yeah.
I'm just glad nobody wanted to be Major Linux.
So there
is anybody minor Linux?
That's a good question. I have no clue.
I mean, young Caden.
No, he's the one true Major.
The one true Major?
Yeah, his middle name actually is Major.
Okay.
But back to the Android stuff. Yeah, so like I've been using a Google Pixel 4a for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
I got it because of the pandemic, and you couldn't unlock your phone with a mask on until like 2 months after I bought my Pixel 4a because Apple is just assholes like that. But yeah, I bought it for the fingerprint reader. But yep, now I'm upgrading.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about because the fingerprint reader on this is not on the back. It's on the screen, and it's doesn't work quite right sometimes.
Yeah, I've heard it's the slowest one out of all of them.
Mine is on the back right here by the camera, and I've never used this thing.
I mean, I don't
also
like the
don't lock
idea
my phone.
I
I
don't.
also don't lock my phone because I'm fucking boring, and like if you break
It's not
into
you're
my
boring.
phone,
It's just horribly insecure.
I mean, I basically go to work and I come home.
Oh, what's
Like, you know what I mean?
It don't
Like,
take long.
Blue's up
it
in
does
here.
not take long.
oh, that Blue showed up. He said I never owned a Pixel, but he wants that Pixel 6. He likes his LG Velvet. What is that, Velvet?
But
Oh.
yeah, I definitely like
but Blue like a lot of used to like a lot of off-brand shit. Like before the government got scared about the Chinaman, like he liked Huawei phones and shit like that. You
That's
know,
it.
like
That Nexus 6P wasn't that bad. I actually have one, but there. That's Huawei.
yeah, he actually gave me one of his old phones when he upgraded, and I love that phone for quite some
Wait a
time.
second. Wouldn't the LG Velvet be the last LG phone? 'Cause LG doesn't make phones anymore. I
Yeah,
forgot
I
about
think
that.
they stopped making phones. Yeah, I thought they stopped making phones.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
if they still made a motherfucking if they still made another
A wing,
new version of
yeah.
this, I would fucking buy that shit. Even though I never used the stylus.
Well, I do have a little PSA. I'm not sure if it's. I've heard this somewhere, and I'm don't completely quote me, but like, I mean, I don't like the idea of the fingerprint readers or whatnot, but I do like the fact I'll do like 2 or 3 fingers because if I'm doing something, I want to be able to unlock it quicker than having to, especially when I'm in the car or something. And but I have heard that like if you, not saying that we would, but if we were doing nefarious things, the cops can't like say, "Hey, give me your PIN so we can see what's on your phone," but they can make you use your fingerprint.
like what's on my phone that's going to incriminate me? That's
Right.
what saying.
I'm just saying,
I'm
but that
like
know.
I got the knock knock code on my phone. Knock knock, and the motherfucker turns on. Like,
I mean, all I need to do is lift.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, like, so yeah, with the fingerprinters, like, I get, like, there is that aspect of it, but they do give you, like, I want to say that there are options to be able to disable that, like, before they can read a fingerprint. Like,
Yeah.
I know with the iPhone, like, you have to actively be looking at your phone in order for it to unlock. You can close your eyes and it won't do it. Unfortunately, mine's attached to my Apple Watch, so then that presents its own set of problems. But even then, too, like, I can press my power button 5 times, and that'll lock it completely
But
to where they have to have a passcode.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I do like about using something that is completely me to get into an account is, like, say, before, you're like, oh man, my Yahoo account, well, I just make another one if I don't know the password because it's not linked into, like, your day-to-day, like, identity. My Gmail is, like, associated with, like, banking and...
Yahoo account was only for porn sites.
See,
Right.
Blue noticed.
But
Blue
like,
noticed.
so like if you lost your Gmail account and you can't, because they'll be like asking, oh, when did you make it? You're like, I don't know. I just know I'm me and this is my Gmail account. Let me in. And they're like, we can't. But if you have like your fingerprint, you can't really fake that unless you're like, you know what I mean? So
See,
it's
that's why I use password managers. Like, again, like, I know, for one, I consider say that yes, I'm in a very unique position where I have multiple devices, but it's still that thing of at least having a password manager and another, like, at least one more device somewhere. That way you can save that password, or at least make sure like your Google account password is one that you can remember.
yeah, I
Like, it
definitely
doesn't
do.
have to be simple, but it has to be something you can remember.
I definitely do, but it would be really cool if there was since it's so important these days that your bank and stuff is linked to like fingerprints or like social, like something that you can't fake.
Well,
That's
so once
the
you
only app that I thought about using the fingerprint for.
like once you sign into bank apps, you can enable the fingerprint or the Face ID to log into them after that. But again, you still have to log into it.
Yeah.
The best thing to have is always a two-factor system. I like to where banks do have it implemented, but they use SMS, which is the most insecure version of two-factor authentication because somebody can hijack your SIM card and reroute those text messages. And people don't know that is a thing that is very easy to do. Like the SMS service is not secure at all. So if you are using that for your two-factor, switch off, but banks don't. The best system I like.
Anyone trying to rob my bank will probably give me money. It was just like, dog, I'm sorry.
I mean, they can open lines of credit. They can also try to open lines of credit depending on how.
My credit's still bad.
I like how Steam does it. I like how Steam does it because they do it to where you have it has codes that every few seconds will refresh.
But that's how two-factor. That's how that's supposed to work in general. Like you use something like Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, Authy.
Use Google Authenticator for one thing.
But you should use it for all things.
I use it to sign in to MailChimp at work when I gotta post a thing to the fucking mailing list.
But you should be using that for all things. But I understand you may think that your life is so insecure, but I tell you, once one of your things goes down, that's it. Like if you're using Gmail, once that is done, once that's compromised, that's probably going to be it for you. That's the ball game.
Yeah. The cool thing
that's the thing I'm concerned about.
The other cool thing about Steam is that you have that, but then if you don't have that, they'll give you all these other codes that you can write down in the physical thing.
Right. I mean, and again, that's how two-factor authentication works for most services. Like Steam's is not revolutionary by any stretch of the imagination. They just have it built in the Steam mobile app. Google has that service. Twitter, I can. Let's see. Let's launch Authy right now for me. Cloudflare, SendGrid, Twitch, Pinterest, Buffer, TeamViewer, LastPass, Dropbox, If This Then That, Amazon, Kickstarter, Discord, Uplay, Restream, Mixer when it was a thing, DigitalOcean, Nintendo, again, Twitter, GitHub, my own mail server, my WordPress accounts for MajorSource.com, MajorLinux.com, Namecheap, Humble Bundle, Privacy.com, EA, Backblaze, Reddit. There are so many services that do the same thing that Steam does. And you just get apps like Google Authenticator, Authy, Microsoft Authenticator to do that. The one thing I do like about Microsoft, though, is that they're actually trying to get rid of passwords altogether and have you use the second device as an authenticator to log in. So when you log into a Microsoft account, it will give you a number and a notification on your phone and say, all right, match that number on your phone. Then it'll either use your fingerprint on your face, this verify you are who you say you are, and then it'll log you into Microsoft without having to type in a password into your browser.
Yeah, because no password is really secure, right? Even those passwords that are just a string of numbers are actually less secure than if you come up with something unique.
You can get devices like YubiKeys, Google Titan. And if you don't know, Google One has a special right now to where if you sign up for their 2 terabyte plans, or if you have access to their 2 terabyte plans to Google One, you can actually get a free Google Titan key, which allows you to tap your finger on it and it will sign you into your accounts.
And the one thing that people need to stop doing,
gonna have to do that soon.
Stop doing to where if I got your debit card and I know the year that you were born, that I probably have your PIN code. Stop making the year that you were born as your PIN code.
And so that's where NFC payments come into play. Because then I don't have to pull out a card. I don't have to worry about card skimmers. And each card ID that they use when I pay through NFC, it changes randomly. So if they stole this card, the next time I go to pay, it'll be a whole nother card.
Yeah, I always just think of a word and then that I can remember, and I'll use the old phone, like, and that would be it would be like a 4-letter word, and then use the old phone, like when you'd spell out words on the phone, and that would be the pin code. But
the pin code I'm using now is a default pin code that a bank gave me. Just a random 4 digits, and I just committed it to memory because I didn't know where I could find an ATM machine to change the pin code. And this is before you could change pin codes online. It was like, well, fuck it. I guess I'm just going to remember this one. A brand new pin code.
Yeah, Blue asked if that NFC function on Google Wallet.
Yes. Well, it's Google Pay now, if I'm not mistaken. It should be built into Android. Or if you have Samsung, it'll be like Samsung Wallet or something. Speaking of Samsung, the reason why I brought up the Android conversation is because I'm actually moving to a Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus tomorrow. So I'm going to have fun with that, trying to learn.
It's just not everybody takes NFC, but most people do.
Yeah, and that's the thing I feel like needs to change. One, I would say from a security standpoint, but because of COVID, I am tired of physically touching things. So if you can just let me tap to pay, I can just move on about my business.
Because they're going to like tap to pay with cards now. Because I thought that
I tap to pay with my card at the ATM.
Yeah, my card recently just got that functionality, and I'm still getting used to it.
Well, my big thing was just the wear and tear on the card. Like swiping was the worst, and now it's getting to where actually the chip sometimes don't even work. I think tap to pay is the best because you don't have to like just wear down that. Cause I used to go through so many cards and be like, I need a new card because the strip is just gone when it was just all swiping.
I want to say there was a story we did on Tech Talk Thursdays where in 2023 MasterCard is moving to a stripeless card. I want to say that's right.
I just thought it was weird when they took all my information off the front of the fucking card.
Yeah, it is weird, especially I know it's weird for me when I'm looking because I have multiple bank cards. So I'm like, which card is this? Which was? And I'll swipe the family debit card as opposed to my personal. And it's like, we were saving that money for bills, and now like bought a new Xbox controller, and now we ain't got no money. So like I have to be careful about that. So I've got the Apple card, like that titanium card, and there are no numbers on it at all. And that's pretty awkward when you want to pay for something and they don't even have like the swipe. They need they need the numbers off the card. And I hand them that and they're like, what do I do with this? It's like,
no, you put it here.
Just And the thing about that card is like it is not NFC, which kind of is a bummer. Like that card itself is not NFC, so it's like secure in its own right, but not in the way you want it.
And there's a thing. Yes, there's a thing.
I didn't even know I could do that shit at the ATM until the one day I was behind someone and I saw them do it, and I was like, "Oh shit, you can do that!"
You know who doesn't accept a tap? Fucking Walmart.
Yeah, I hate that. That's why I go to Target.
I can't go to Target. Them motherfuckers too bougie for me.
That's why I go to Target.
I'm ghetto.
I don't remember the last time I set foot in a Walmart.
Isn't Target actually older than Walmart? Like Walmart's a newer company. Target.
I don't know.
Good job. I see.
Let's see, Blue. So you can't use the Apple Card online. No, you can use it online. So the card number is actually in the wallet. It's in the Apple Wallet app. Like you can only apply for this card through the Apple Wallet app. You get approved for the card through the Apple Wallet, and they will send you all this information for your Apple Wallet, where you can use it immediately because all the information's in your phone. You automatically add it to the wallet app, so you can go tap to pay with it before having the physical card. But yeah, that number is saved in the phone.
Yeah, I use Chime now, so I don't even have a bank.
The Samsung phone, you can use NFC at Walmart and almost. So they don't. So with Samsung, it's NFC, but their technology it emulates a magnetic strip, which I thought was really fucking cool. So that's how you can use Samsung Pay on regular machines that don't accept NFC, because it emulates a magnetic strip, and I really can't wait to use that somewhere. Like, what is a store I could go into that does not take NFC payments? Because every store I walk into now accepts NFC. Even GameStop. GameStop accepts NFC, and it's great.
I've barely been to a GameStop. Oh, that reminds me.
Me too.
About what I really am.
Stop that. No one needs to hear that song ever. That reminds me of when my microphone wasn't working. Do you know how pissed off I got when fucking True Colors went on Game Pass? Because I just bought that game for my daughter on her birthday. That's what she wanted for her birthday. February the 28th. Now this bitch is on Game Pass. Is she gonna just play the shit for fucking free? Yeah, she doesn't pay for Game Pass. I do.
I mean, I felt some type of way about.
Can you get a refund?
Ooh,
It's too late now.
get a trade in for $1.
Right.
Well, sometimes they'll let you like I don't know, is it Steam that if you buy a game on Steam and then it goes on sale the next day, they can give you the difference? Because
I mean, it has to have been about 2 months now since he bought the game from GameStop.
Right. Yeah.
Him griping about it right now is not going to do him
you got it from GameStop. I
actually bought her a disc.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different. I remember you saying GameStop, but then it still like didn't click because it didn't click because I'm so ingrained on like digital that I just figured you just bought it on Xbox, and then I thought maybe Xbox can like help you out. But
yeah, that's why all these Xbox games are just sitting here. I don't know what to do with them. Well, except for the Snoopy one, I did buy this one for my son, but that actually is currently in the Xbox. But like Far Cry, I bought I have this on PC because I bought a microphone. Actually, I would probably play this one. This is probably the only disc game that I got with my Xbox I would play. This I was trying to trade in and they didn't want it.
I can't see it.
Was that Sunset Overdrive?
It was.
I can't see it until because you're still holding up what you calling right now. You got 2K up right now because
you're watching this stream.
Right, because I can't see your camera. I still got the box. I still got the square.
Well, this is Final Fantasy 8 Type 0 HD. You know what was supposed to be Final Fantasy Agito 13?
I'm playing RPGs.
Remember when Final Fantasy 13 was like 3 different games, but they took so damn long. There's The Witcher 3, which I don't remember if I tried.
My image is reversed too, man.
And then so I did a bad. Oh, it looked reversed for me, but it would have probably been right for everybody else. All right, you know what? I realize that I will correct my error.
I'm reading. You're holding up The Witcher right now, and then I'm looking at it, and the Witcher is reversed.
There we go.
Call of Duty Vanguard is backwards. Okay, I see what they're talking about now. I can't see your camera on this shit. I only wait until it cycles around after the delay on Twitch.
Yeah, so I have no idea what I'm going to do with these physical copies. I
wonder if I can do the OBS thing right here while we're talking.
There you go. I see it now. The Call of Duty is right now.
Of course.
But yeah, like Final Fantasy 13. I remember when they had announced all that stuff. Yeah, like they announced like Final Fantasy 15 versus 13, which became Final Fantasy 15.
You fucked with shit. The screen just went black.
I know. I'll get it.
Oh Lord, it broke it. It's all broken.
Yeah, see now Blue is saying something. See, why did you decide to fuck with shit right now?
Because
After the technical issues that I had earlier, like, yo, just leave shit alone.
well, I was wanting to see if we could get shit to work, bro.
Doesn't matter. Are you holding up anything like Marcus did?
I want it to work, damn it! And Marcus
The only
did.
thing that you showed
Marcus
us,
is
only
doing
thing that you
stuff.
I
showed
come
up,
with visual aids.
the only thing that you showed us that we could possibly read is something that we couldn't fucking read.
But that was a joke.
I look forward to 13 so much. The first game was good. 13-2 was a disappointment, and Lightning Returns was a disaster.
Now his
14 was obtuse, felt like a Kojima game. What do you mean 15? Because 14 is an MMO.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Sony's gonna bring in Kojima.
And Kojima today said that no, that's not fucking happening.
He really did say it's not.
Yeah,
It's not happening. Okay.
yeah. Like
I know
I missed
he's
a whole bunch of news over the weekend, but I didn't see any. Like when I was going through all my old news, nothing came out saying that Sony was bringing in Kojima. The only thing I saw was Kojima says that's not true. I was like, damn, what the fuck happened while I was gone?
Yeah. Yeah, and I know he's making a game for Xbox. Chase is really fucking with shit right now.
Oh yeah.
I think his test was successful.
Your camera isn't working.
He's feeding it through OBS, but it's going to be an issue because he's streaming it through OBS, so it won't really work.
Oh,
You fucked up everything. Yeah, this was the worst time to try this. You do.
no, it was the best time to try it. Damn it. Well, I guess. So it won't work if I'm streaming?
I don't think so.
Well, damn it. Well, that was the whole point.
Because what OBS virtual camera is going to do is just send whatever is on OBS, like whatever scene is on OBS, to the camera source of the other application.
Right. Cool.
Now you're back on the screen and we are not.
Oh.
No, don't change anything now. Don't change anything now. We're good here. It just take a while.
Everything's good.
Yeah, it's like we have to wait for the stream to catch up.
We are okay now. Everybody's back now.
Yeah, because I know what I'm doing, Scar.
You sure?
Yeah.
It didn't look like that for the last couple minutes.
Dude, because I made it black because I had to make a new scene. But I was just
trust your technical producers. We got this. It's all under control.
Yeah.
This is the reason why I stopped doing anything technical. I was just like, Chase can handle all of this shit.
Yeah, y'all sound like my grandpa. I mean, I would be like setting up the VCR and the TV, and he's like, "Do you know what you're doing?" I was like, "Okay, I know what I'm doing. Just because you don't know what I'm doing doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm doing."
But under my breath, I'm gonna say, no, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing.
I want a VCR, man.
Why?
So I got some tapes that I want to.
You know what? I just realized. I realized that that's probably what it was before I said why. But I have this thing where I assume everybody lives like me, and it's like I have no old technology. I have no need for any of this.
I mean, it's still record players are so. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, they should make like a player to play like hi-8 tapes for like the little camcorders, because I got a bunch of those, like from way back when, and there's nothing to play them with other than a camcorder. So like.
I do not want the VCR for porn. I'd switch to DVD a long time ago, dog. When it came to that,
Wait,
I switched over. I switched over real early.
To DVD? Did you stop at DVD?
I went fully online after DVD.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. Come on, dog. I didn't even go fully into Blu-ray. I still have a few HD DVDs, and I have very few Blu-rays. I have maybe 5.
Okay.
I just don't see the purpose for discs anymore.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I miss special edition packaging, but
Nope. I'll miss the packaging at all. I used to miss special features, but now like Disney Plus and stuff like that has the special features.
and
on
also if you
the
buy it on
service.
Vudu, it's like buying a Blu-ray. You get special features, you get chapters, you get, you know.
Yeah, I know Rashani does a lot of voodoo stuff, and I'm just kind of like, okay, I guess. I mean,
But I
I
mean,
know,
it is the best
Have
quality.
y'all used that Movies Anywhere service where when you link all those accounts together, you can get them anywhere?
Yeah, that's how like
Yeah,
some
so
of
like,
my Vudu stuff is. But yeah, like if you want to watch something in like 4K, buy it on Vudu, man. That's like, I mean, Disney Plus does a pretty good job, but like the best streaming quality in my opinion is.
I just don't. I'm not really a graphics whore. I watch stuff in 4K with my TV that's on 4K, and I'm just kind of like, oh, this is cool. And like, the 4K doesn't have the same wow factor as going from VHS to DVD did.
I mean, it's not so much the 4K. I would say like something with HDR content would probably is that leap. Like with movies, it's having HDR. With games, it's the thing PC gamers have been trying to tell people for God knows how long. It is the frame rate. Nobody gives a shit about a resolution when you can play games so much smoother than what you already are. And
Yeah,
I
but like,
hated when the PS5 and Xbox Series X came out, and now all these games play at 60 FPS or even 120, and they're like, "Oh my god, the frame rates are so good, or it's so smooth." Like, yeah, we've been telling you that for like 10 years, dog.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, on my PC I can get 157. Like, what are we talking about here, dog? But I
like
don't
Doom
know,
runs at 2,000 FPS on my PC. Like, what are you doing?
right? And it's just like, I don't know. I just never really been about that life. Like one of 'em- like I just it's like, okay, this looks cool, but I'm not here for how it looks. I'm here for how it plays.
Right, and that's how the FPS affects how it plays, not how it looks.
So the idea is, I mean, the whole gaming industry got stagnated last generation because of resolutions.
No,
Because
I
everyone
wouldn't
was
say it
so
was.
focused, everything got so focused on resolutions that like Microsoft decided, okay, we're gonna drop everything and we're gonna focus on resolution, make a
And they
better
still
box,
and
and
they still failed at that.
yeah,
And they still
they
failed.
they failed, and the reason why they failed is because they didn't have the games to go with it.
Well, no, I mean, like the Xbox One only got up to 900p.
And
They will upscale it to 1080p, but those games are still 900p.
and
The
then people,
PS4 was at least doing 1080.
and when people would find out about that, they'd get like, "Oh, it's not really 1080." Blah, blah, blah. But PC owners like are totally fine with upscaling. They're like, "I want my frames. Yeah, put it at 720 and upscale it to 1440. I don't care. It looks great. It plays great. That's how I want it." You know, but everybody was just like, "Oh my god, the 900p." I'm like, you guys didn't even know it was 900p until someone told you.
I mean, but
And it's
I
like,
mean, well, actually, no. When they found out it was 900p, it was a disappointment because, like, look, we got HD gaming. Said, no, dog. That's, I mean, it's HD. Sure, as in 720p is HD, but nah, dog. It's not 1080.
they said during the 360 and PS3 days, most people eyes can't tell the difference between 720 and 1080.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That is
No,
bullshit.
like the average person can't tell the difference.
I still say that's bullshit.
Well, we're also
I mean,
talking about the average person, the person that can't distinguish different instruments when they're listening to music.
Then
they did
that's
that shit
not
on
an,
games.
that's
They did that
not
shit
an
on games.
average.
They did that shit on GameSpot where they had a whole bunch of different machines set up and they had the same game running and like everybody was talking about, okay, this one looked better, that one looked better, and like all of them were running on PC and they were all at 720 and like everybody just made the shit up in their mind.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't know what you're looking for, well, then I guess you're right. I guess that's the average. But I still feel like if somebody were to set up a 720, a 1080, and a 4K machine, you
Yeah,
can see that difference.
yeah, Blue. The only game I actually had to use um FSR for is Hellblade. Hellblade is a graphics hogger, and people don't really talk about that game being a graphics hogger, but or a frame. Yeah, it is. It is. I definitely had to upscale with that game.
Y'all niggas getting too technical for me. I just want to say that. I know I was a part of this conversation, but like y'all start talking all these acronyms and abbreviations and shit, and I'm just kind of like, I'm just not that dude. That's why I like Blue sent me this thing about a budget card that was able to buy, and the budget card is like $330, and I'm like, yo, that's less than his Xbox I bought, and like the Xbox Series S works just fine for me. Except with the exception of the space. But then again, like some of the games that I'm playing is Xbox One games, and I have them on a hard drive.
Did you say you had the? You said you have the S.
Yep. The only problem. Well, the at the time it came out, I couldn't find an X. I mean.
Yeah, I'm not faulting you for that. No, I will never fault anybody for buying an S. Like at any point, I'm always just going to fault Microsoft for just they could have done better. They could have done better.
I think they could have done better. They could do better with that external price, the price for that external shit, because that shit is crazy expensive.
See, I would say that, but NVMe drives for PCs, like the fast storage it's based on, cost the same amount of money. Like that, I understood. That was the only thing I understood being at that price.
Blue talking about your reaction to the S.
Yeah, I don't know. No, just no.
No, it works great for me.
It's the thing of like that system. It's the thing of when you're calling it a budget console, right? It's not budget for people who are on a budget, who live in certain areas where they can't afford high-speed internet, unlimited high-speed internet, and could be better off buying discs. So if they had more storage in an S or a disk drive, that system would have been perfect.
Disk drive doesn't matter because every time you fucking during the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 days, like the whole game is gonna fucking install on your hard drive anyway. So what's the purpose of keeping fucking?
Well, I think he's talking about the budget people are going to GameStop and getting used games on the cheap versus paying $60.
No,
at least with that too. Even if it's installing onto the system, you can uninstall it, put in another disk, and let that install, or transfer those saves off to an external drive, as opposed to having to download and then having to sit there and wait on your internet for something. Because again, not everybody can afford fiber. Granted, my fiber's cheaper than most people's cable at this point. I do not understand how that works, but thank you, AT&T.
I don't have like super fast internet either.
Yeah, I don't live that far from you, and we still don't got fiber out here on the east side of Raleigh.
I would check with AT&T because I think all of Raleigh is covered.
Well, I don't live in the city, so but I'm east of You're in Garner.
I'm in Garner.
I thought you were west.
There's not a whole lot of streetlights where Chase lives.
There's not much here too.
He says I'm in the country, but
I kind of am too.
I'm like 20 minutes
a suburb. It's turning into a suburb real quick, but it was the country when we bought the house.
It take like 45 minutes to get to the interstate from Chase's house.
He's talking about 95.
It takes 95 to get fucking home. I live in Richmond.
But it takes like an hour to get to 95 from anywhere. 95 is in the boonies.
That's a good point. Yeah, how long did I'm trying to remember how long it took me to get to 95 this weekend.
The
It wasn't quite an hour. It wasn't that long, but
I
don't live nowhere near 95 either.
Yeah, I would consider where
I
I
live off
am
of
the
40.
suburbs, and it's just
Yeah, I would check AT&T. I
Yeah.
would still check AT&T and see if they got it, because I think all of Raleigh is covered. I live in Garner.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that far from Garner. I work in Garner, so so I'll definitely check with them. We're still with fucking Spectrum.
Yeah, like, dude, I just walked into an AT&T store one day and was like, "Yeah, I see you got this fiber. Is it available in my neighborhood?" They put in my zip code. Said, "Yep, great. So I will see you in 2 weeks, right?" Good. 'Cause I was done. I was done with Spectrum. I was not having it. I had enough of that shit. And like, my fiber then cost less than Spectrum, less than what I was paying for Spectrum for slower speeds. And then they tried to upsell me on their fiber, which was cost me like $70 more. I was like, yeah, no. And then when I moved here, I pay less than my promotional price from my old house for just a la carte fiber. Like, it's $70 a month for gig up and down.
Still, I pay $30 a month for my internet, and it works just fine.
Just, I upload YouTube videos, man. I can't do it. Like,
if I upload a YouTube video, I just put in the upload shit and walk away.
See, like, look, it was like that for me at one point. I would sometimes take it to work, but yeah, it's like, dude, when that fiber got finished and he left, man, I sit there and found like the biggest video I could upload to YouTube, uploaded it, deleted it, and then uploaded it again in like less than an hour.
We need to get better internet. The Blue, man, Blue's out there with some data caps and all that shit, man.
Ooh, yeah. That's the one thing I'm really sad about and wish they would get rid of. Like, it goes against everything, net neutrality. It's not the way to live. I hate that there are these monopolies. I'm glad that they're restoring net neutrality rules, but it still is going to take forever. And just how politics works, that's just going to swing back, and somebody's going to cut that shit off again. And I hate it.
It's so bad because, like,
this country is fucking terrible when it comes to infrastructure of every type.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I that was so foreign to me. I understood data caps with like mobile, but I don't have data caps now.
Even then, that's stupid.
Yeah,
Even
I know.
then, that was stupid.
But to me, that was a mobile thing. Like, to have a data cap at your house, you're like, how are we supposed to go forward? Oh, we're in the future. Nobody's. You go to Best Buy and there's like a one section of Blu-rays.
Best Buy closed. The Best Buy close to be closed.
Right. So that's proof right there. Nobody's buying physical movies anymore, which is sad because that's the best way to watch a quality movie is physical. But anyway, we're going towards streaming and all this stuff, yet they want to have data caps. How are you supposed to go towards all this streaming gaming and stuff if you're gonna have a data cap?
and like listen, y'all remember Nights and Weekends? Yes.
Ooh, and them rollovers.
I remember.
But yeah,
I remember when it was at 9, and then some people started going at 7.
Yeah.
And then eventually they got rid of it. I remember when fucking long distance was a thing.
Yeah.
It used to be. When I lived. He said rollover minutes. When I lived in Newport News, and it used to be long distance for me to call Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
No. That's bullshit.
Yeah, unless you were calling locally, like right in your neighborhood, it was long distance.
I used to work for Nextel, right? And Nextel's shit, it was the most fucked up situation for long distance and stuff like that. Your long distance was based off of where you were, not what your actual home area is. So like if I take my phone with me and I go to New York, now every phone number that I call in that area in New York is considered local to me. Calling home is considered long distance.
And like shit like that is why like I care so much about the Xbox Series S and like all the shit that's going on with that. It's like when I go like my parents used to live in a place where they had decent internet, but now they live out like if Scar says that chases the sticks, my parents live in the super sticks.
Okay.
Like the fastest internet they can get is DSL. Well, no, I'm sorry. Fastest internet they can get is like either HughesNet or Starlink.
Well, they live in like Bentonville.
They live in Oxford.
They live in an area with still got ISDN lines.
Probably. And it's
Yeah.
an issue for us because like they are used to having a decent internet connection. Like they've gone like my parents have gone up with smartphones. I got them trained up. They know how to use smartphones. They use FaceTime, all that stuff, all the fancy stuff. But then being put in a place where they don't have the same access and then having to teach them, y'all did a really big bad. For this big house you got, you now have shitty internet and there's nothing you can do about it. And it hurts them because like before when they had bad internet, it was like a phone call away to Time Warner or Spectrum, get it fixed. Or like, hey Marcus, like our Wi-Fi is slow and we go and buy them a new router or whatever and get that squared away. But like they call me now, it's like why does the FaceTime calls drop? Why can't I watch Netflix? Why is it always buffering? It's like, because you have no internet, like none, and there's nothing I could do.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, man. If you wanted to see something that's country, just drive through fucking, I think it's 64 through like Siler City. You're like, man, this is like the 70s. Like, god damn.
Nah, Blue, like they don't have a cell connection out there. That's how bad it is. Like they have nothing.
You know it's bad when
There's no wired, no
Verizon
cell.
don't have-
Oh, you tell me about it.
If Verizon ain't got no service where you live in the fucking sticks.
It bums me out. Now I have not been out there since they've rolled out this new 5G stuff, so I don't know if it made their 4G any better, but which I doubt it because I think their area it's a tower issue. There are no towers out there.
Ain't 5G a shorter range? So you need more towers?
It depends on the technology. If it's millimeter wave, then yeah, you would need more because it is very difficult for that to penetrate walls, especially if it's concrete. Like they'll put like mini towers all around a city that we can get you the ultra wideband. But Verizon and AT&T cheated, especially, or I know Verizon did. AT&T, I'm not sure. Verizon cheated. And they're now saying that this new spectrum that went live like a couple of months ago, I want to say it had been over about a couple months ago. They're calling this new spectrum 5G ultra wideband. It's not millimeter wave, but it's their newer ultra wideband. So I guess it's the sub 6 band. But the millimeter wave that everybody's been talking about, like the one that's supposed to get gigabit speeds, yeah, like that's the millimeter wave, and it's great when you standing right there on it.
You see that Marcus probably lives about 15 to 20 minutes away from me. I just checked AT&T fiber on my phone, and it's not available at my address.
Oh, that's
Isn't that weird?
The Spectrum offer fiber for you though?
Well, aren't they cable?
They still have fiber. I mean, the internet as an entity is run mostly through fiber.
Right.
It's just that last mile, but they can easily update that.
I can check with them because
very few phones have the sub 6 band yet. Millimeter wave is great, but it does have a short range. Yeah, so luckily my iPhone has the sub 6 bands on it. So I was able to see that it had ultra wideband in places it did not before. And it's like, that's a lie. This is not ultra wideband. Fuck you, Verizon.
They out here cheating, bro.
I mean, AT&T was kind of doing that with it was like they were calling they got extra bands for 4G and they were starting to call it 5GE or some shit. It was like, no, stop it, AT&T. No. I would say nobody's buying this, but people were buying it. They were buying it. It's all a bunch of marketing hype, and I fucking hate it.
It all sucks, and it all goes back to how this country works, man.
Yeah, capitalism.
Yeah, I just saw a thing. I just saw a thing on I just saw the thing this morning from last week tonight. I did not know that if you're getting interrogated by the police, they can lie to you. Like,
wait, you didn't know this?
I mean, I've never been interrogated, so like I'm a square and I don't do anything wrong. But
neither have I. But I've known that for a while.
I didn't know that they could just straight up lie.
Yeah, they don't have to tell you the truth.
That's just a crazy fucking thought for me. And then like backwards ass fucking Virginia. Let me tell you, Virginia, we legalized weed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then the governorship changed over, and now we got mini Trump. Okay, so
first thing he did was ban critical race theory in schools. They're not being taught it. Hooray for him!
Tried to get away from the mask mandates, and all of that other stuff. And like schools started suing him, like, yo, dog, like, I see what you're doing, but like he had like 13 school districts sue him. It's like, yo, dog, you are putting people at risk with this shit. Like, it's not just about the kids, it's about the teachers. Like, it's a fucking germ factories. So they're trying to crack. So we legalize weed. As long as you got an ounce or less, you good in these streets. You still can't really smoke it out in public. And they're going to start putting more restrictions on it. They're trying to get rid of Delta 8 and all of this other stuff. And they're going to try to start putting restrictions on what type of weed that you can buy. But they're also getting rid of the restrictions on getting a medical marijuana card. So you're relaxing the mechanism that people were using to get the weed, but then you're gonna restrict what kind of weed they can actually get. It's stupid. Like this shit is just fucking
like straight up like CBD is about to be illegal in North Carolina again.
Yeah, a lot of people where the CBD is legal, they were kind of skirting around that with Delta 8, and like they're really coming after Delta 8 now.
Oh yeah, I did hear about the federal bill passed, but I don't know.
Yeah, then Ukraine happened at that point. It was like, oh yeah, that's right. We were trying to legalize weed, weren't we?
Yeah, it's stupid. Like I said, before weed was legal in certain places, I'm like, weed should be legal. Tax the shit out of it, and let's use it on this infrastructure so that we can like fix these bumpy ass roads and shit.
You know how much money the government makes off of like the ABC store?
I think weed and pussy should be legal, right?
I mean,
because
I would not be against it.
I don't
legal and free.
I wouldn't say free. Because,
look, people gotta eat, bro.
Well, I'm talking about pussy.
People gotta eat, bro.
Like the idea, like sex work is like, I don't know when it comes to weed and when it comes to pussy. Like I don't know any.
Let's not restrict it to pussy. Sex work is sex work is sex work.
Sex work. Well, weed and sex work. I don't know anybody who wants it that doesn't know how to get it. So like, they're just going around you, and then like you're not getting no taxes on that shit. Like you're not getting nothing from it because people are going around you.
It's just the morality of it. I mean, they finally worked out the mechanisms to get around the morality of weed. But yeah, it's sex work is a thing. It's just too icky for a certain group of people. It's like, no, this is just amoral. We can't do that here.
Here's the problem with that. Like, those Republicans are the freakiest motherfuckers on the planet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Republicans are the ones that keep getting caught doing shit.
And the thing is though, like it's a thing of like whatever you do behind closed doors is whatever you do behind closed doors. It's just like, again, they're just hating on the people who are being open and proud about it because it's icky. It's just icky.
Yeah, it's stupid. This
I
show
want to go back to this question though. So you getting a good deal for your trade-in? Are we talking about cars? Like, what are we doing? Even though I'm looking at I got email from my from the car dealership.
I think he was talking about your phone.
Oh no, I rock two phones.
The phone that you said you were getting, or you were getting ready to start using. He said earlier. He said it was really expensive.
Oh, so with that, so all right, so I am replacing my Google Pixel 4a with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. I am it's like a subscription for the for the Pixel 4a through Google Fi. I'm leaving Google Fi and I'm paying the $89 I have left to pay for the Pixel. So I'm going to keep the Pixel. But I'm moving over the Visible, which is a MVNO for Verizon, or this is like a little sub company of Verizon that sells prepaid plans. And I'm getting a Galaxy S22 through them. And I use it for work. Oh no, I'm not trading the iPhone. No, my iPhone is my daily driver. This is my Verizon, my official Verizon phone that I have. That everybody has the number 2. The Samsung device is what I'm using for work. To have like a work phone. All my work shit's going to be on it. Nothing. I mean, I will probably have personal stuff on it too, just like my work laptop has personal stuff on it too. But it's keeping the work stuff off of my personal devices.
So it's not keeping the personal stuff off your work devices, more or less keeping your work out of your personal.
Right.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh, like Blue, I had a feeling you know what MVNO is, but like for other people in the room, like Scar,
I don't
who
know
may
what
not.
that means.
See?
I have no idea what that means. This show is going to be called "This Shit Is Too Technical for Scar." Like that's going to be the name. I'm changing the name of the show right now. This show is too technical for Scar.
Just call it I Don't Get Jazz.
Tech Talk Scar.
Listen to us talk about technical shit.
We ain't going to no consumption, and we've been here for almost 3 hours.
Consumption? Oh, like what have we seen, eaten, heard?
Played mostly.
We usually do played and watched, but we are 5 minutes away from 3 hours.
Well, my consumption is pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine. I've been just chugging at Destiny, man, and that's pretty much been it. I did. I did play some Halo though with my brother, and yeah, it wasn't that good.
I loved Halo when I was really playing it hard. Like when it first came out, I was playing, and Halo got me back into playing versus in anything, because I typically don't play versus actual people. I play a co-op game before I play versus. But I played a lot of Halo. I actually bought the season pass, like I said. So.
Well, I didn't say that it wasn't good. I said I wasn't good. We were playing ranked something or other with just battle rifles. But they did say you're
playing SWAT. That one shot kills a motherfucker, ain't it?
Yeah, and we well, it didn't seem like one shot when I was shooting them. I don't think it was one shot.
You got to get the headshot. You got to get the headshot.
Yeah,
it's one shot. It's one shot if it's a headshot.
Okay, but they did say that we won. And they said that they did win because of me, because I did get the flag way across the mark before I died in overtime, and they were able to get it to the thing. So yeah, I helped.
So you were the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
It's like, we hold you down. You go get the flag, and we hold you down.
Yeah.
No, I know what that's like.
But yeah,
I typically don't play. I don't play ranked. I typically don't play ranked, and I don't play a lot of objective modes. I play straight up killer. Like put me in some Slayer, some Fiesta, or some SWAT, some regular old SWAT, and we in there. I'm about that straight up killer. I'm not about go get the flag or carry the bomb or plug in these little fucking, I can't remember what this shit called, where you got to get all of the little things and plug them into the certain area. No, fuck that shit. Give me some straight up killer, dog.
Love
Yeah.
oddball. The big team battle is really confusing.
But I love the
Peace, Blue. We almost done with this shit.
yeah, I love the new Destiny stuff, man. Still, you play Destiny, Major?
It's been a minute. And the sad thing is, like, it's free. There's no reason for me not to play it. I mean, I bought it, but yeah, it's been a minute. I don't play much online because normally, like, I'm streaming when everybody else is streaming or playing something, or everybody's playing during the day. So at night they're doing something else. It's a whole mess. It's a whole mess.
Yeah,
I
know.
Real fast. Nope. We was cutting this Destiny talk.
I was just talking about when I play video games is at night.
No. It's what you've been playing, dog. Like we've been here for almost 3 hours.
Well, let's see. For me, I've been playing Solitaire on my iPad.
Okay.
I've been playing GTA 5 again. I bought GTA 5 for the Xbox Series X. I don't know why.
Let's go back to the Solitaire. You just playing regular old Klondike, or are you playing something?
Yeah, just Klondike Solitaire.
Three cards or one?
One. I'm a scrub, dog. I thought this was Nepo. What are we doing here? What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying it's Solitaire though. Like, you know,
This is Nepo. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying I haven't played in a while. But
don't come for me. This is Nepo.
Pyramid was my shit. I love playing Pyramid Solitaire. I actually bought Soul Trio Solitaire for the 360, and I played the fuck out of Soul Trio Solitaire because it had all of the different ones in there.
But yeah, I've been playing Solid. So yeah, I've been playing Solitaire. I picked up Grand Theft Auto 5. And so far that's been the best version of Grand Theft Auto I've played.
Okay.
Granted, I've not played it on the PC lately. I play story mode. I cannot stand the online. And I'm gonna I hate that you have to buy the online to get access to the launcher so you can play the story mode.
Wow.
Like, I found a loophole in Xbox's in the Xbox store on the website to where I could buy the story mode for $10. So I did that, but it never gave me an option to download it. So I'm like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Then that's when I found out that, it requires GTA Online, and I don't own Q.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I had to buy GTA Online just to not play it, so I could play the story mode.
Dude, when we were in GameStop, Aiden picked up a copy of GTA 4, and he was like, so and so that he watched on YouTube says this is the best GTA, and I was like, well, so and so is wrong.
Yeah, I mean it was alright, but
the driving was ass.
Yeah,
the shooting was better than it had been, but it wasn't that great. Nico was not really that is not really that interesting of a character, but like the people around Nico was. You know what I mean?
Like, he was supposed to be a blank slate, but that's not what you come to GTA 5. That's not what you come to GTA 4. Right. Or at least, well, it was up until you realize, like, oh wait, no, these are real people and not just like block people with block hands.
Right.
I want more now. I actually want some acting here.
You want a blank slate. You want Claude.
Yeah. I think like with CJ, I think CJ probably, like, between CJ and whoever it was in Vice City, kind of ruined it. Because they started acting. Yeah, like they started acting. It was like, okay, yeah, Nico, sure, he's supposed to be a blank slate, but not really. Yeah, no.
And to be a blank slate, you kind of need to be a FPS. Because then you don't see the character.
But no,
Claude
that's
never
about...
talked.
No, he didn't.
Claude never spoke a fucking word that whole game.
So let's see. I've been playing Wargroove on the Switch, and I've been playing Snoopy on the Xbox as well with my son because he saw it in the store, and I felt bad because he picked up an Xbox 360 version, which isn't backwards compatible. So I had to tell him in the store that I couldn't buy it for him, and it hurt his little heart. And it hurt me too. So the next chance I got after I did like whatever research I needed to do, I drove to a GameStop that had the Xbox One version, which was backwards compatible with the Series X. I was like, all right, this one works, good to go.
I
What
still
type of
got
game
one.
is it? Is it like a
You
platformer?
can't see it.
Yeah.
But my 360 is right there.
Yeah, I got rid of all my old consoles.
I
I don't even have a PS4 now. Like all I have is the Series X and the Switch.
I still have my Xbox somewhere in the closet.
Yeah, I get rid of it. Like, for me, it's like if I'm not using it anymore, somebody can probably use it. Normally I would give that stuff away, but this time I was like, so I originally got the Xbox through the All Access through Best Buy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I could actually knock the balance of that down if I sold all these old consoles. And because chip shortage, GameStop is paying top dollar for consoles, and it's great. So I took all my consoles to the GameStop, and it was like, so yeah, what are you going to do? You going to pick up something here? I said, nah, not really. I'm going to pick up I've got an Xbox coming to Best Buy in a few days. They're like, well, dude, there's one right behind you. Oh, really? I mean, yeah, it's a bundle, but it's fine. Just ring it up. I'll cancel the Best Buy order when I get back home. So like after that, like I still have the Series S here, so I actually sent that off to my boy Kev, one of the hosts for Tech Talk Thursdays, who was looking to get a next gen console.
Okay.
So he like after I was playing the Avengers on the S, he was like, I got to get an S now. At least an S. If I can get an X, I'll get that. But I at least got to get an S.
I downloaded the Avengers and never actually played it.
It was not great.
Figured. I mean, just look at them. I mean,
he played through it, and I was like, more power to you, my guy. But
I know that you don't want to pay them to use their likenesses, but they look like great value Avengers from the beginning. Like,
I look at it though, like it's comics. Like not all the event. Like if you pick up two different eras of comics, Iron Man does not look like Iron Man between the two books.
And
that's how I look at that. But I guess again, if we're going to talk about the average person, I can see why they're mad. But it's like I don't know. I guess I'm rational and know that it's a different story. This isn't the Avengers from Marvel Studios. What are we doing here?
If someone said that the game is not the game is not the worst game ever, but it's repetitive as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the game was better, I think people would forget. Because when I was playing Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, after a while, I was just like, okay, these are my Guardians now. Now it seems weird to see Chris Pratt, and I'm like, I love these characters in this game.
And that's the thing, like, yeah, like when they announced Guardians, they were like, oh, they're doing it again. And it's like, hold on, just sit here with it. And it's like, oh no, this game actually is great. This is a great game. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Right.
Scott, what you been playing, buddy?
I play a little bit of Division, but like I'm to the point to where it's like I'm just waiting for them to do the update, add in a new mode. They have a PTS going on right now, playable test server for the non acronym inclined, but that's only on PC. So like there's a new mode, there's new weapons, all that kind of stuff, but it's only in the PTS right now. And so I'm just waiting for that to come before I really get all the way back into the Division 2 like I've been. And I've been playing a lot of NBA Live 19, like still. Like I play a lot, and me and my homeboy who play damn near every day, we braved the wilds and started playing online. And there are some people who are very fucking good at that game, and it was
Wait, they're
like, oh,
still playing Live 19?
oh yes, there's you can usually get a game still in Live 19 because people don't like 2K. Like people
Oh,
like me,
that makes sense.
I don't like 2K. I don't like the idea of like my character sucks unless I put down extra money or grind for a very long time. And I don't have the time. I don't have grind time. Like
It's
I
only
don't
going
have
to get worse now that Zynga is a part of 2K.
right. Like I don't have time for this. So like and like my character is usable from the beginning in live. The very beginning, my character is usable. I can actually do something, and I really wish they would make a new version of the game. But the Live 19 still works. You can still get a game if you want to play online. If you want to just do events or stuff like that and just get cool shit, you can do that too. I've gotten into a lot of playing the court battles. Um, Court battles is kind of like basketball version of Clash of Clans,
Mm-hmm.
where you basically you set up you know in when you play the first part of the game, you have to design your own court, and then what you do is all of the characters that you and players and stuff like that that you unlock, you basically set a lineup, you set the rules, and while you're away from the game, people can come try to take your court from you.
Mm.
And like then you can go back in and like take your court back or go take other people's courts and all that kind of stuff. And like you get like the more courts that you have once a timer runs out, the like better like you get better things from it. You can get more stuff to better designs and stuff for your court, or you can get new players. And there's like different levels of players. So like, I might have this version of this player, but like if I play it and I unlock a different version, this version of this character is like a 93 as opposed to the 77 that I had when I first started the game. Like that type of thing. So it's just there's still a lot to do. Even Chase played with us for a little bit, but I don't think Chase has played a basketball game in a very long time. I mean, Chase is gone right now, so I can't really like joke on him for it. But like Chase was pretty terrible, but like Chase actually got in and played a game. Now, will he ever play again? Who knows? Because Chase is very wishy washy when it comes to playing games with me. Because it took us like 2 years to play through Gears 2. It took us like 2 years. Off and on, it took us like 2 years to get through Gears 2. We were supposed to play the Division, and every time I said, Chase, we're playing the Division, he was just like, okay, I'm coming, and then never showed up. So, wishy-washy ass Chase. Um, and so like we played the basketball, and that was super fun because I was playing with me and my homeboy started playing, and then like other people from the community started joining in and stuff like that, and it was just a fun time, and I have a lot of fun with that game. But I'm probably going to try to find another game to play um, the division all the time. I'm probably going to try to convince my homeboy to buy Borderlands so that we can play some Borderlands. Similar type of game to the division, of course.
Yeah, loot
Um,
shooter. Gotcha.
yeah, little shooter. So he was just like, I didn't enjoy Borderlands, and I was like, you didn't enjoy the division until you were playing with somebody that knew what they was doing. So maybe you might want to retry this. So
Makes
that's
sense.
basically what it is, and so that's all I've really been playing. But like been putting a lot of time into the basketball game, and I keep creating characters and then not liking the characters, and then the playing online is just a clusterfuck because everybody wants to shoot threes. So when I created my rim protector, like I don't have a rim to protect because no one comes inside. They're all shooting threes, and some of these people are really fucking good. So I
Do
don't know
you
why.
do
I
you,
don't
do
know
you,
why Chase left, but
do you think
go ahead.
EA is going to make a new NBA Live anytime soon?
There's always rumors. And even they brought in people from the 2K team, and like we haven't heard anything about a new game. No, and it's fucking weird because like they had something with 19. They had something with 19, and like they involved the community in a way that 2K did not. Like you could earn like people from the community got actually like scanned and put in the game. You could earn those characters to put into like your court battles or like when you're playing like the streets and stuff like that. You set your lineups and stuff like that and play. I watched a video and it's like a couple of years old of the homie QJB. QJB played a match where he played against himself with the Migos and Dominique Wilkins on his team and his creative player. Literally, the three dudes from the Migos, they were in the game. He unlocked them. He had Dominique Wilkins and the character that he created, and he was playing against the character that was put into the game so that he could earn that character.
Mm.
This is like, you know what I mean? Like there's not a whole lot of games that could do that. And like I have some of the like non like basketball players. I got in a little bit later than everyone else, so I don't have a lot of, but I have like, you know what I mean? I got like Jadakiss, I got a couple of football players, Chad Ochocinco and Juju Smith-Schuster, and I got fucking what's his name? The dude who does those videos, the fat dude. What's his name? Cream Biggums. I got Cream Biggums. I got the Bone Collector. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these like players that wouldn't be in a 2K game, I have them that I can play games with these characters on the screen. Like I have like the dribble moves from the Professor. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like that's cool to me, and that's the reason why they still, you know, they still got some. They still got a support system, and mostly, like I said, because people don't like 2K, and people don't like the fact that 2K has basically turned into pay to win.
Right.
But I'm really getting sick of playing online, and everybody's just shooting threes.
I mean, if only Chase joined you for a game, you know.
I did.
Chase, sorry. He's sorry. He don't know how to play.
I got some layups. You know,
like he needs to like he needs to actually like sit down and play with us more than like one time. He might actually be pretty decent. I mean, we play a lot. We play a lot of the co-op stuff, so that like we can earn stuff, earn clothes, or earn stuff like that. And that's kind of how we got Scott into the game. He started playing. He was like, I ain't played this game in a long time, but he started playing and like started earning all these clothes and shit like that. He was like, oh shit, my nigga fresh. Well, he didn't say nigga because Scott is white, but he probably don't say it around me, but he's from Indy. You never know. But like I mean, it's one of those things to where it's like the more you play the game, like in live, the cool thing about live is you can't pay to win. You can't pay for anything other than like if you want to do the ultimate team shit, which is a completely separate mode. So you can't pay to make your character better. You got to play the fucking game.
Right.
So that's why I play that. And I talk way longer about that than I intended to because Chase left.
I had to deal with some family stuff.
Yeah, I got you.
He's acting up,
late.
Man.
It's late, and I ain't even cooked dinner yet. So like, cause I fell asleep and didn't actually cook dinner. So I gotta cook dinner. I gotta eat this shit all late.
Then kids just want to eat all the time. we made tacos, and then he wanted a sandwich, and he wanted a second sandwich. Now he wanted another burrito, and I'm like, dude, it's like 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we got pizza here, so.
I mean, he's in the preteen stage, right?
Yeah.
All he
boy.
All he gonna do is eat, like, bruh.
My son's 5, and that's all he does is eat.
Yeah.
Or at least say he's hungry. Like, man, it was like a couple of nights ago where we were sitting in the hotel. He talking about, man, I'm hungry, mommy, I'm hungry. So of course, mommy love a little baby boy. So said that we ordered we DoorDash some Burger King. Took forever for that Burger King to show up, and the time it took for that Burger King to show up, that motherfucker fell asleep. It's like, this is why I told you not to do it. You could just wait his ass out, and he will go to sleep.
The worst thing about kids when they're that young is, like, they act like they are fucking starving.
Yes.
When they're hungry. It's like, I am so hungry, Dad. Please, can I have something to eat? Anything, Dad. I am so hungry.
And then you give them something they don't want to eat. You're like, oh, I'm not hungry for that. But
exactly. Out of here.
Well, I mean, the one thing about having a kid on the spectrum who has sensory issues, most of the food we have in the house is tailored to him. So for the most part, anything that we have is something he's going to want to eat. And now he's tall enough and brave enough to just reach in or crawl for the thing or climb for the thing that he wants.
Mac and cheese?
No, it's a lot of chips, like applesauce. Like sometimes we'll make him like a grilled cheese sandwich. He'll kill the shit out of some damn chicken nuggets.
I haven't had a good grilled cheese in a long time.
Damn, I should make one.
You mean make you a good grilled cheese scar?
Huh?
You mean make you a good grilled cheese scar?
No, I can make one my damn self.
I should make one, but then it will remind my wife that I can cook, and it's like, yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm just gonna sit down.
You can have it. You got it.
You got it. You go, girl.
Right? I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't cook no more.
Mm-hmm.
And I got some. I can make a grilled cheese, and I got some pepperonis, and I got some provolone.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be good, bro.
Nigga.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah. All right. I'm thinking about food. And it's after 11 o'clock, bro.
That's hard-boiled territory for me. I can talk about food all night, but if I eat anything, I'm gonna be just like, woo!
Yeah, anybody who's watching this knows that you care about your food.
Yeah, that's the one thing about like
I care. No, it's not. This isn't a care about food. This is my chest hurts. It burns. It woke me up out of sleep.
I know it's
like the second part about that Burger King story is I actually ate food when it showed up and then immediately went to sleep. I could not sleep for the rest of the night because I felt like it felt like it was coming back up, and it's like,
yeah. Because that's
I had to go sit on the couch. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep like this just so I can trick my stomach into thinking I ain't sleeping.
Because that's the thing that's like hard, man. Because I was like, it's not good to eat late, right?
No, it is not.
But if I eat like some comfort food or something, I'm like, I kind of want to play this video game, but I'm like, you know what I mean? I'll be sleeping at 6 o'clock.
This was for me. Like, look, I try to eat, watch a little TV, and then I'm done. I'm taking Adderall, and quite frankly, for the first time, I've not felt sleepy at night. But this actually also concerns me. So,
I understand.
Yeah, we'll find out how this goes later on tonight.
Right.
The one thing I do love is that I work from home, so I don't have to get to bed, so I have to drive anywhere in the morning. So.
I've never worked from home. This shit sucked. I never got the pleasure of working from home.
I've made too many decisions in life that brought me to this wonderful moment.
And I work for a place that I should be able to work from home. That's the worst part about it.
And that's the sad part. There are a lot of jobs that allow you that should be feasible to let you do that, but
Yeah, it's
The
just
manager's gonna manage. Wait, ain't you a manager?
Mm.
Aren't you the manager?
Mm.
Oh, I thought you
I
were.
used I used to no, but
Uh,
I was when I was still in storage, but I've been out of storage
uh,
for a while. I work for a moving company now. I just work in the office. You know, I just pretty much just answer the phone for the most part.
so you a secretary?
Kind of, but
Executive. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Executive assistant.
I also quote moves and I put the moves in and I set everything up for the guys to actually go do.
Yeah, that just sounds like you did not change. You did not move the needle anyway.
Yeah, but like it was more money.
Hey, I ain't gonna knock you for that.
It's more
Definitely gonna
money.
knock you for
It's
that.
less work. Like I watched fucking Bomani show. I watched Winning Time today at work while I was, at work. I'm sitting there watching shit, watching TV. I watch a shit ton of fucking YouTube while I'm at work. It's just like there's just long stretches of absolutely nothing, and then like the phone starts ringing. I deal with that shit, and then I go back to my business.
I'm so glad that doctors have like kind of caught on to this, because man, it was so before the pandemic, it was so stupid that I would have to drive to a doctor's office, get on a computer at the doctor's office, telehealth into to a doctor that's not there. I had to drive so I can go talk to somebody who was working remotely to get my son's medicine filled. I'm like, dude.
That's stupid. I'm glad my therapist. I talked to my therapist through 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 one of those type things, the telehelp type
Yeah.
things. I talked to my therapist, but also I do that because partially because of the pandemic, and then she moved to Georgia, and we still talk because we're already using this service, so why not keep using the service?
Yeah.
And
yeah, eventually I'll make it back into an office, but
and that would keep people from like, I can't. Half of the time when people miss their appointments, it's because they don't want to drive to it.
I mean, it's just for one. Like another thing is, it's just an accessibility thing. It makes it a lot easier. Like between telehealth or teleworking, it makes it easier for people who can't physically go into buildings to be able to do the work that they are actually good at, but because they physically can't get into the building, they can't do it.
Yeah, it also helped out a lot of people with kids.
Oh yeah, it helps me out. Like the fact that now, like I'm not running late for work. Well, I technically still am, but I can just dial into the morning meeting on my phone. I'm not late for work, so to speak. The fact that today I had to leave the house to go pick up my son early for work so I can be ready for a meeting. I can do that. I'm helping my wife out now because she has to go into the office like 3 days a week. So when she goes into the office, I go pick him up so that way she can come straight home. She can go run errands that she needs to do, pick up groceries that she needs to do that. Like it's been amazing. I've been doing this for about like a month now, and it's been so much better. It's been a huge relief to be able to do that stuff, and being able to support my family.
And plus,
a lot better than I've been able to
at
before.
home more in the mornings, and because if you're like 8 to 5, you're like, okay, your commute is to go into the bedroom, right? Like so, or your office or whatever. So instead, you just cut down all that time of driving at home as well.
Like I'm saving on gas. Like honestly, I had no idea that gas prices had went through the roof because I had actually went on vacation around the time of the invasion.
Right.
So it was like, yeah, so what's the gas price like? Oh, is that high? Man, I'm glad I filled my tank up 2 days ago. And I have no plans to go anywhere. Like I filled my car for the first time last Thursday. And because I haven't driven it so long, I almost forgot that I should probably put gas in it. And my gas tank, the numbers went away. Like the range just went away. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't know if I can make it to the gas station in time.
Wow.
It's
you also
never
need
been
to
like that for me.
get in it to make sure that you're not Because the battery will drain over time.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, luckily, so like I still have to pick up my son from daycare every day, or like every other day or something. So like at one point I thought that I wasn't going to be going anywhere because my wife was picking him up from daycare, but I said, look, I will help you out. I will go pick him up. So that allowed me to be able to drive it at least like 3 times a week. It's just that I forgot that it needed gas. That was the big problem.
This is your time to get you an EV, man.
Look, man, I'm thinking about it, man. Like we were sitting talking about trade-ins earlier. The salesman at the place where I bought my car. So I just bought a car last year. They're like, yeah, we see you in that 2021 Sonata. What if we put you in a better one? I was like, well, I gotta go anyway tomorrow because the plastic under part of my car somehow is peeled off. I'm not gonna say somehow. I kind of know why I did it, so we're just not gonna talk about that.
Going in Raleigh, I mean, everybody's going.
Yeah, it's between that and just because I don't know where that parking curb thing is, so I keep running over it.
Oh.
I think that's what did it. So yeah, I'm going to go get that looked at. So I don't know if you ignore that part, maybe you could buy my car and get me in a better one. I mean, possibly, a hybrid. I don't know. I would not say no. What were we saying?
My boss just bought an electric hybrid, but that shit is trash.
Which electric hybrid?
He has a RAV4.
Oh, okay. I was looking in them Ford Mavericks though.
But he has an electric hybrid, but he tries to go all electric, and of course he has solar panels at home, so like not really paying for anything at home. But like the shit only really on a single charge, it will get him back and forth to work if he goes just all electric and not actually use the hybrid part.
Yeah.
Well, I thought having a hybrid is so you have gas and then you're not using as much gas. So
but he has an electric hybrid that he can press a button and go all electric.
Okay.
It's part of the reason.
Yeah, like the gas will probably recharge the battery.
He has a plug-in hybrid.
But the gas will probably recharge the battery.
Well, at that point, why not just get a complete electric?
It's cheaper. It's just slightly cheaper to go hybrid as opposed to full electric.
Yeah.
Especially for those who don't have the hookups for electric at home.
But he does because he bought his wife one last year for her birthday. She has a plug-in hybrid Prius.
I want that Ford Maverick, their hybrid truck, because those things start at less than $20,000, so you can get like a fully loaded, full size pickup that's hybrid for the cost of a car. It's great.
A homeboy Brandon, who's on one of the other shows that I do, he has a Tesla, but he really wants that F-150.
Oh, so do I. So
bad. He's just like, I might try to get that.
Well, I'm not too into like F-150s and all that stuff, but I am glad
he lives in Texas,
because that is how you.
Yes, right? that's how you get Americans into it.
Yeah.
And I was telling my dad about it. I said, with the F-150 and F-150 Lightning, the Lightning looks like the original F-150. So nobody would know unless you were really looking. And mainly like if you were looking at the grill, I think that's how you would tell if you looked at the grill.
Mm-hmm.
Chevrolet announced their electric Silverado during the Super Bowl this year. I looked at that, and there is a noticeable difference between the gasoline-powered Silverado and the electric Silverado. I said, that's not how you do it, because that's how you're going to get truck folks that poke fun at you, because your truck looks different.
Right.
And they're going to know it's electric. You need to sneak it in.
But they need to like get some sort of thing, because doing electric, you're going to, in the long run, you're going to be saving money. What's more manly than saving money?
Doing whatever the fuck you want because freedom.
I
Are
mean,
you new to this country?
What's more manly than saving money?
Freedom.
Gun racks.
Gun racks from a gun racks.
But a man's gonna be like, okay, you don't turn that thermostat down. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, because that's what he controls.
yeah, you control. So you can make some sort of marketing campaign to make an electric vehicle manly in that way. You know.
I think the only people that can do that is Dodge, and we'll see what they do.
And well, I mean, like Dr. Swatch made bougie soap seem manly, so I don't know.
I mean, maybe Jeep can do. I'm waiting for like their all electric Wrangler pickup truck, because that's a pickup truck I want to see happen. But my all-time favorite electric vehicle is the Hummer. Because it can do the fucking crab walk.
Didn't Arnold Schwarzenegger have the first what's the shit called? Biodiesel, where basically the shit runs on used cooking oil?
I don't know.
I think he was the first one to get his converted. I think he was one of the first people to actually, like, one of the first regular people to buy a Hummer, and then when they started doing biodiesel, he was one of the first people to have a biodiesel conversion, and basically it runs on used cooking oil, so like you riding down the street and your shit smell like fucking French fries all the time.
Sounds amazing, but I bet you it still doesn't do the crab walk. That's all I want. I want a car that can drive in a fucking diagonal. I'm sorry. Once you see this shit, you will not want any other car on the planet, because this thing drives in a diagonal.
Warthogs.
Not even a Warthog does this.
No, if you get an electric Warthog that can do that, that's manly.
Well, it's got to come with obviously it comes with the gun, right? That's the only way.
Nah, but you put like, come on, dog. This is real life. You got to put a potato cannon on that bitch. Like, you can't put a real.
No, it comes.
It ain't manly.
It comes with an airsoft, but you can take it off and put a real gun on it.
You gotta have the red tips on the ends of it.
Yeah.
Now you put your potato gun up there. It'd be all right. You can knock a motherfucker out with a potato to the dome.
Oh my god!
I've had one thrown at me before, so like I understand.
No, it's how you feed. You just like feeding people. Like, it just shoots out fully cooked loaded baked potatoes. Like, yo,
baked potatoes take too long to fucking cook. Hell no.
No, it uses the gun. It just and then it just immediately cooks it to the gunpowder. I don't know.
If you attach magnets and stuff, so I wonder how hot metal could get if it rotates around a magnet with all the electricity that it would conduct. Could it get hot enough to cook a baked potato faster than you would cook it in an oven?
You just took this in a technical direction that I was not prepared for.
What I do?
But then it also has to put the sour cream and all that stuff on it for them.
You know, I had a dream as a kid, knowing that it's not going to be real now, but really hoped it was. It's like, what if I planted a potato with like a stick of butter? When it sucks up the nutrients from the ground, would it also suck up the butter that will be a perfectly baked, like a perfectly buttered potato when you pick it? But I know that's not how that works.
I think the butter would just curdle and be like nasty butter.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, butter has a shelf life.
Well, I do know that you don't have to refrigerate butter. I mean, it still stays good, but if you keep it, those little things that people get that sit on where you put the butter in, keep it at room temperature, and then your butter actually slices a lot better. I learned that from when I went to my brother's house. It was just like perfectly, you can spread it and all that stuff. Trying to spread like some butter that's like been in the refrigerator.
You're not trying hard enough. That's all that is. Because you're talking to a stubborn motherfucker, man. Scardos.
Going down for a second. I mean, we were supposed to end this show like a half an hour ago.
Yeah.
I'm hungry, so like we could really have to wrap this up. So bro, thank you.
I didn't talk about what I'm watching.
We don't fucking care, Chase. It's been 3.5 fucking hours. We are not doing this. I'm hungry and I'm a fat person. You are not about to make me hangry. That will happen.
You can eat on the podcast while I'm talking about 1995 Mortal Kombat movie.
I don't give a fuck. No. We are not talking about 1995 Mortal Kombat movie. No, we are not. And now we do this show every week. We've done the show every week this month. You got next week. Fuck it.
We got Delvin next week.
Dude, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, so Marcus, bruh, thank you.
Thank you
for hanging out with your boys.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's good to be back. So my intentions were to try to get you and Rob on at the same time. Then I forgot to actually contact Rob. Yeah, that could put dampers in the plans. I could see that. I could see how that could be an issue.
Yeah. So that was the plan, and then just like life happened, and I was like, I need to send this message to Rob, and then like it just never happened. So everything else just kind of fell into place. So we didn't necessarily need, but it would have been fun.
It'd have been nice. I have not talked to Rob in, let's see, it has to be almost a decade at this point.
Well, if we had a fourth person, it would be a 6-hour show.
No, it wouldn't, because I would shut you the fuck up. You let them talk because they are the guests. That's how we do that.
And then they talk for 6 hours.
Anyway, thank you, brother. And thank you for everybody who's listening to Scarcasm Spring Fling. We're having a lot of fun doing this, even though this show was really long and I'm really hungry. But I still, it's always love talking to the bruh. Yeah, we'll be back in your ear holes next week. To Delvin coming through.
Yeah.
Word up, Delvin is coming through, and I think that's the last one, ain't it?
Yep. It's a pretty short month this month. Because sometimes it ends up with like 5 Mondays, and then we have the guest to fill. But
yeah. But we'll and then we do it all again in August. Yay.
Yeah.
That has 5 Mondays.
Ooh.
So we'll do it all again in August.
Then we'll hopefully get you and Rob together then.
Oh,
absolutely, we can do that. I'll shoot for that. I mean, because it's not like I don't see the dude like all the time. I mean, I'm going to see Rob in 2 weeks. I'll make sure that I put that in his ear. Like, August, we can try to get that done. So I'll see Rob on the 28th. Yeah, we'll be back next week. Peace out to the Warriors, yo.
Later.
Peace out.